Hey, 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 everybody. Welcome to Inquisition, unsolved cases, that kind of thing. Botching the intro. You're not a D&D streamer unless you do that. Here we go. Welcome, first of all. So for everybody being here, I already see the chat blowing up a little bit, so I see all my favorite regulars. How's it going, guys? And you probably see some familiar faces around here too. So we will. Yeah, lit already a D&D stream. Woo. Hey, we got 3 more intros to get to as well, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm Nick, and I will be our GM tonight for Inquisition Unsolved Cases. Look at that, I did it right this time. Getting better at this. But I will be joined with some Inquisitors, some hunters, you could say. And why don't we just go round robin here, and we'll just start with Brittany. Why don't you introduce yourself and your character? We'll describe the characters once the game starts. But
Okay, hi internet. I'm Brittany, aka Sassy Fire. Yeah, I don't stream. I don't have anything to push. So tonight I'm playing Ivy. She's a gunslinger, and I've never done that before. So we'll see how that goes. That's all I got.
yeah, we'll have a new What a Woman tonight, and we got the emote for it too. So
Where's Amara?
yeah, oh, Mara's
So
not
for
here. Alrighty, we'll go to John next. John.
Hello, I am John. I am playing Amadeus. I am a blood hunter. First time trying this out, so we will see how I like it. And I don't stream personally, but I guess I can plug in for my wife at Rafaziel. Rafaziel does streaming. She does artwork. And the two of us also play on most Thursdays, not this one, with another group called Bardic Dice. And it's kind of how we ended up I got a chance to meet Nick, and glad to be here and really excited for this.
Yes.
See how it goes.
Lots of firsts tonight, I think. I think just about everybody. First time streaming a game, first time gunslinger, first time blood hunter, and our last hunter of the evening, Wild.
First time bard. Really looking forward to playing a bard, actually. Wild Magic RPG, otherwise known as Carnal. I do play a weekly stream on the Fireside Portal. We do it's basically a DM competition, series of one-shots, chance for people to showcase how the DM as opposed to showcasing the players. And it's a competition where the winner gets to become a Lord or Lady of Scotland, a whole bunch of cool art stuff, some music, and a whole bunch of commission pieces that we put together. And we're going to plant a tree in Scotland in your honor. So fun. And again, first time bard.
Yeah, definitely check that out. Also, I'm still probably going to throw my name in the hat with that.
Probably.
So testing the waters right now, we could say. Alrighty. First time chatter from Mountainfall. How's it going, John? Alrighty. But yeah, again, thank you all for joining us. Hopefully this will go smooth, and I think we'll just kind of roll right into it so we can meet the characters. So, the year is 1861. The world is only decades into the Victorian era and half a century into the age of imperialism. People of all races have existed alongside tales, fables, and children's stories, but all stories are based on at least some foundation of truth. That truth is that there are horrors which exist in our world and beyond. Preying on the weak and unexpecting, to combat this, Queen Victoria herself has made a secret deal and treaty with the Summer Court Queen of the Feywild for boons of mystical powers to be bestowed to an ordained group of monster hunters, the Inquisition. Mortals from across our world who possess a strength and determination to help protect and rid the world of horrors, which lay in wait in darkness, whether it be man, beast, fey, demon, or devil. These brave women and men put themselves in the pathway of evil to keep the peace and sanctity of our own realm. So, we join our adventurers tonight. It is here in London that our first adventure begins. A trio of determined individuals ride in a covered luxury wagon. The red and gold interior is far cheerier than the frigid cold night outside of them. The gray clouds overhead shroud even the moonlight from gracing the tormented city beneath it. Gloomy tones of brick and wood buildings beset you on both sides, viewable only through the narrowest of windows that your ride offers you. Inside this Inquisition-paid wagon, because you guys, you get stuff taken care of for you, is our team of Inquisitors, hunters, so they're called. The warm flickering of a lantern inside offers you the only warmth aside from the clothes on your back. And let's see who we find here. So we'll go in the same order. So, Ivy, if you would like to describe your character for us.
Ivy is a young woman, age unknown. She's not going to reveal it because it'd be unbecoming of a lady.
Classy.
She's average, slightly above average height. She gets her height from someone, and she's wearing very customary green, jade green colors, coat, corset top, but instead of a skirt like she should be wearing, she chooses to wear pants like the men. She has a dark brown hair and light blue eyes, and she's got 2 revolvers just at her hips, ready to go.
Get some what a woman's in chat right now. Alrighty, so we have our first hunter, Ivy. How about Amadeus, our second hunter? You're muted.
First mute failure.
Yeah.
True D&D
It's a
style.
night of firsts, man. We're good.
Yeah.
I planned this. We made this happen in 2 days, so I'm not expecting a whole lot here.
Yeah, we're just gonna have fun. That's what we're doing.
Fun.
Amadeus is about 6'1", brown hair, decently clean-cut beard. You see scars all over his arms and across his body. He wears kind of like a studded leather lightweight jerkin over his standard, his just shirt and clothing. Carries with him a silvered scimitar, and he also has a rapier at his hip and a buckler. And he typically has an array of different potions across his belt. He's got strong jaw and some green eyes.
Sounds good. And wild, bro. You're already here. We're good.
Dude.
You can tell me face to face not to do it this time. This is great.
You fucking knock it off, man. Just kidding.
I'll do what I fucking want. How about that?
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I guess we did forget to say that. I put it in the chat, but it is hashtag mature audience, so fuck
Yeah.
it.
Hashtag mature, right? Cursing, all that.
Fuck it. Speaking of, why don't we go to our final hunter?
You don't recognize a lot about this hunter because he doesn't show very much. The name is Corbin Whispers. To everyone's knowledge, he is a half-elf. He is not sure of exactly how old he is. He is over 100, but he looks very, very young from his eyes. He has a very well manicured cittern hanging from his back. He has a lot of leather pouches on his chest, but none of them have anything in them except for darkness. You can look in and it looks like there's something there, but all you see is darkness when you look inside it. And he has very, very old but young eyes. You can see all the years of torment.
Alrighty. So, these 3 brave inquisitors have taken their next job from the Order. Few details were provided to them by their seeker, Philip Edwards, only that the job would be dangerous, and that a fake contact named Pekonin would give them the rest of the details. The only thing he did give them, though, was a small jewelry case, which the group has yet to open. It's resting in the carriage with you, just on the 4th seat, since there is no 4th hunter.
Corbin wouldn't even be looking at the case. He'd be looking out the window, watching the people go by.
Yeah, it is very late at night, but even the streets of London, this late at night, there's still some people walking around. So avoiding the rain, rushing off to where they can, trying to avoid it. Not very successfully.
Well, if they're gonna try to kill us, we might as well see what's here. Flip open the case.
So you flip open the box. Inside the box are 6 bullets. They look like they are made out of cold iron. So there are 6 cold iron bullets, and there is also 4 sets of oil of Febane, which can be applied to any type of ammunition or weapons. You guys being Inquisitors would be pretty familiar with the practical uses of both of these. The cold iron usually helps you slay Fey, and also the oil of Febane allows you to kind of bypass some of the typical Fey resistances. In mechanical terms, you can kind of stop them from fast healing. Ooh, yes.
You can see that I'm not looking, but I'm smelling. I can smell the oil from across the cabbage.
Even through the cork. Yeah, it's just that little vial, like it jingles just the same way they always do. So you just hear it and you're just like, I know what that is.
Ivy reaches in and grabs the bullets and starts inspecting them. Make sure they'll fit her revolver.
They will.
Perfect.
Exact same
Could you pass me
caliber.
one of those vials, please?
Of course. Grab vial, hand it over. Take one for myself. Actually, do you need any of these vials, Ivy?
I'm gonna have all the bullets. You two should have some fun.
Oh, I'll have all the fun I need.
I'll hand you a second vial. Corbin.
I'll take it.
Alrighty. It's about that time that the carriage stops at your destination. The corner of Cedarway Street. It's a silent and very, very quiet, well, silent, whatever. It's a cobblestone road with tall, shoddy buildings erected on both sides. The first open alleyway is your target. One of the many secret entrances that the Inquisition knows leads to the Feywild. And inside of there, you will meet Pekonin. So your driver stops. He kind of hits the back and he says, "All right, go hunting."
Easy enough for him to say. Start climbing out the door.
You don't have to be so pushy.
I got more stops tonight, and I'd like a drink before I go to bed.
Sounds like such a hard life.
It is not as hot as yours, though, but I don't envy that one bit.
Well, here, let me buy your first round, and I'll flip him a gold piece.
He catches it instinctively. It's just almost like he was expecting it, but he definitely looks very gracious as he turns around. He just gives you a wink. He's like, "Thank you, man." And with that,
Ivy waits a
Oh, good.
second to see if any of the boys are gonna offer their hand, and when they don't, she just steps down on her own.
Need an invite.
No.
Bet you
Alright.
want one. He'll put his arm out if she wants to, like, walk.
Thank you. It's only proper.
such class. Alrighty, and with that, as you guys kind of leave your wagon behind, the driver whips it, just the horses neigh and they just trot off. You now stand at the alleyway on Cedarway Street, and inside of which is a rift to the Feywild. So as you guys begin to kind of wander into this alley, the rings that you were given when you became members of the Inquisition, they attune you to the Feywild. These rings allow you to kind of feel the presence of this rift, which is otherwise invisible to the naked eye. But as you kind of move through the alleyway, almost in whispers that seem to come from different locations in the alley, they guide you down this first alley, down the left. You make a right. You seem to be going nowhere, but somewhere at the same time. And about halfway through, the sounds of the rain just sort of cease in the distance behind you. You're still in London, but for some reason you don't hear the rain. The ground beneath your feet begins to crackle, and as you look down, you can see that there are now leaves in place of gravel. And as you look around, the buildings that were once brick and stone are now wood, bark, branches, brush. And you appear in a forest.
Lovely.
Ahead of you, you can hear some loud noise. Sounds like music in the distance. A little bit of a ruckus as you kind of part your way through these last little shrubs. And ahead of you, you see this large tavern. So let me go ahead and bring us over to the battle map.
Thank God I have been thirsty all night.
When are you not thirsty?
Whenever I have a drink in my hand.
Or one of the lips.
So ahead of
Yes,
you,
that too.
ahead of you on the porch of this bar is actually a band of Grippleys, frog people. They're playing what sounds to be like smooth jazz, maybe incorporated a little bit from the mortal realm. Kind of out of place as they're each playing instruments far larger than themselves, and some of them even double up on instruments to make it work. But ahead of you, you can see the doors wide open, just the saloon doors, and you can hear a bustling of activity coming from inside from patrons. Pekonin, your contact, is supposed to be in this tavern.
Do we have a description of what he looks like?
He is a large troll. That was the description you were given, and they seemed that was fit enough to help you find him.
Shall we?
Please, can I get the door for you?
Thank you.
The saloon doors. Also, we're on roll 20, so feel free to move yourselves
Yep.
around the map.
If you like to look around, I feel like I'll buy a round for us.
All right.
All right.
And I will walk up to the bartender and I will give him a gold coin and say, "Can I have a bottle, please?"
A large troll behind the counter turns to you, and he kind of just
I
looks
got that.
down at you. He looks confused for a minute, and he says, "Oi, where's your face?"
This is not the first time we've been here. You know, I wear a mask. Please just give me a bottle.
Oh, I know, man. I know. Just funny. We'll get. Hey, Astro, get him a bottle, man. And he turns around. He just throws his arm up. You see this little pixie next to him, just in this outfit, almost freak out. And he's like, "Okay, boss, okay." And he just flies. He flies away to go grab you a bottle. He turns and looks
Yeah.
at the. He turns to look back at you and kind of leans. His weight making the bark countertop just almost groan in pain. And he just kind of looks at you and he's like, "Oi, so besides the bottle, what else you here for? Not often we get well, you around."
Do we have to speak the password every time? You know who I am.
What's so much fun? Just say
Philip
it one more
sent
time.
us.
Philip sent you. Oh, that prick. He can't just come down here himself. Astro comes flying back over and he's got 2 more bottles for you. And
I'll kind of hold them up and shake them to the other two so they know that I have a bottle and I found the troll.
"Oh, well, hello there, hello." And he looks over at you guys. He almost like like tips his hat, though he doesn't wear one, to you, Ivan. He says, "Milady,
Pleasure.
whoa, keep the iron in your coat there, okay? None of that here. Unsettled
Don't
people.
give me a reason to use it.
All right, I won't. Smells like cold iron bullets too. Fuck that. Nope. Astro comes over and he sets a couple more bottles down, and you see Pekonin kind of look at him and go, "Oi, Astro, get the good stuff." Nah. Astro, get the good stuff. No, you just can't make me get all the good stuff, man. We gotta sell this stuff for profit. Astro, get the good stuff. And you see the pixie almost like twitch, and he says, "Ah, fuck, rule of 3. God damn it! Why you always get me with that, you bitch?" And he just flies away. So Pekonin leans forward again. He says, all right. I was just trying to get the passcode out of you. It's always funny for you to say Pumpadinkle. It's a funny word, okay?
What was that word?
Pumpadinkle.
One more time.
Pumpadinkle.
Rule of 3.
You hunters are always very clever.
We try.
Astro comes back, and he's brought you guys slightly better bottles, and he pours each of you guys a shot. But although he does Corbin leave you the whole bottle.
He knows me.
Yeah, Astro is probably a good drinking buddy. He drinks a lot. Pekonin does too, but Pekonin's a troll, so he typically outdrinks most people. A small pixie, one or two little shots, and he's gone.
He's the life of the party.
He's always the life of the party. So Pekonin kind of leans forward again after he kind of like fixes his trousers, and he says, all right. I know you guys are anxious to go hunting, as all you Quizzies always are. Quizzies is slang in the Feywild for inquisitors.
It's cute.
It's some weird translation. They're like, you're in what? And it's like, no, it's Inquisition. It's like, no. So they just call you Quizzies. But yeah, so he kind of looks at you guys and he says, all right. You guys look like you probably can handle this. The Summer Court Queen's gotten word of a small group of Feyborn in a small town in Germany, Nordrock or something like that. They started going missing. The rest of the townspeople don't seem to be getting targeted in the same way as yours truly. And the leader of the bunch, Mr. Toffin, he's requested inquisitors to come investigate. And that's why you're here.
Jeremy.
Can't just come for a good time. It's always for work.
I know. Always robbing us of some fun drinking.
Well, it's your fault. The last time you burned down your bar and had to rebuild it.
I know, but shh. I blame that on Astro. Boss man doesn't know that. I'm in the clear. Plus, if I wasn't, I'd take him out back and probably crush him. Gnomes, you know.
You'd be the owner of the bar.
I ain't got the brains. But, there's Mr. Toffin. He's sort of like the leader there. He's supposed to watch over the Feyborn for the Summer Court Queen. Maybe like a liaison, you could say. They follow all the rules. He makes sure we got the treaty and everything, so the Fey are all in their disguises and stuff, so nobody knows that they're Fey. Keeps the population a bit more tame. But now they're going missing. And it seems Mr. Toffin and the Queen are both troubled quite greatly by this. And that's exactly the sort of thing that you Quizzies take care of. So, what we need, well, not what I need, but what the Queen needs, is for you guys to hold up your end of the bargain. Things are going on in the mortal realm. Fae are going missing. That's your problem. And the Queen aims to get that sorted. Capiche?
Seems straight enough.
Were these
Can we
children
say
that were
that?
going missing?
Mostly adults. Feyborn typically are already grown. People just trying to get out of the Feywild, you know, see what else is out there in the world. But you know, not to scare you puny mortals in the other realm or anything. People see horns and they kind of freak out. It's whatever. Or tusks in my case. Even though you got boars and they got tusks, but I'm there and I talk and people get all upset.
You do have very large tusks.
Thank you.
Also, when you kill the balls, they taste very good.
Never thought to try that. Might have to have some boar. Hey, Astro! Put boar on the menu next time!
There's some good recipes for it. You make sure you look into them.
I might hit you up sometime. Maybe afterwards you come back here. I'll give you a few drinks, you give me some recipes, and we just call it, you know, maybe like a gentleman's agreement.
We can make that work. Assuming my luck holds out.
Sounds good.
Playing true to my untrusting self, do we see anybody around us that is listening into our conversation or who is paying attention to what we're talking about?
Make me a perception check.
Ooh, I'm good at those. So that is a 17.
17. So, just about everybody in this pub is, in fact, from the Feywild. There's a couple of people that don't look like they are. Sometimes people get lost in the rift. Sometimes, just like Feyborn, there are Mortalborn that do come and live in the Feywild. Nobody really does seem to be interested in your conversation, but there's a lot of Fey that are shooting you guys glances. Inquisitors kind of unsettle Fey a little bit. I mean, you're basically licensed to kill, so your presence usually means something is wrong, and that kind of unsettles a lot of people. But yeah, Corbin, you're fairly certain nobody's listening into the conversation. They're more so just kind of like waiting for shit to go down and looking for exits if it does.
I want to use one of the charges from my Instrument of the Bard to cast Levitate on the frog that's currently on the stage playing.
Okay. Which one? There's one that's got like there's one that's playing the piano. There's one that's playing like a little saxophone.
Oh, the piano, definitely.
The piano.
I want him hovering upside down, playing the piano while his feet are in the air.
All right, yeah. So you levitate. What is that to resist that? Is that a con save?
Yes.
It's con save. All right. That would be a 3 on the die, and I'm gonna go with that. Gripply probably is gonna fail.
Oh yeah, he's failing.
So as you cast levitate, how high are you just lifting him off
20?
his seat then?
So he can go 20 feet, but I just want him to go about 10 feet so he can still reach the piano and play while he's up in the air.
So he's sitting there playing, jamming along. It's even his little part, and as soon as his rear starts lifting up off his seat, he's like freaking out, and he's like trying to grab hold of the bottom, but then he stops playing, so then he flips his hands back over and his 3 fingers and hitting things and starts flying a little bit more. But let me give him a performance check. I'll give him disadvantage too, because why not? So with a 4 in his performance, he's missing just about every other note, but he's still trying to stay in tune, and the other Gripplies are just kind of like looking at him like,
Poor guy.
You can see a smile through my mask as I'm not trying to notice that I'm doing it, but I'm obviously thinking this is hilarious that it's pissing everybody off.
It does unsettle the vibe a little bit in the room, but everybody, from enjoying the perfect music, now everybody's just kind of laughing at the show that they think that the Gripplies are now putting on, like the old levitating frog gag. Hello, my honey. Hello, my darling.
I'm gonna nudge Ivy and just be like, I did it again.
You're such a troublemaker.
What would you expect from me?
Absolutely nothing else. We love you just the way you are, dear.
Definitely makes
The
life
bottle,
more fun.
the bottle comes with us.
How are we gonna get to Germany? Got a portal there.
In fact, there is.
Perfect.
The Queen's letting you use one of our key gates to get you to one of the rifts nearby the Black Forest that kind of borders Nordric. From there, you know, you got your little quizzy magic, and you can walk right on through there and then find yourselves back in your realm. Where trouble is.
Do you have any other insight or anything else that we should know before we just step through a key gate?
Oh, no. Key gates are safe. It's like how you guys, what is that? Teleport? Yeah,
Again,
one place
this is-
and then you go another.
It's not our first time. I appreciate the explanation. I mean more, once we step out of the gate, is there anything we should know that we're walking to?
Don't think so. All I know
That
is
seems helpful. So
I'm always helpful. You know me, Corbin. Come on now, don't give me a hard time. Astro can get you through the key gate. It's here. We got one here, okay? And then we'll send you nearby the rift, and you just go walking on through. All right? And once you're in Nordric, you got to go find that Mr. Toffin. All right? His house he's got a nice house there. Corner of Fitch and Grossen, I think. Number 34Z.
you do know that Z is not a number from where we come from, right?
It's not.
Zed's a letter.
Huh. Somebody fucking lied to me. They said, Astro! Find that piece of shit! He'll find him. He always does.
Find him, not to worry.
Do you happen to know what Mr. Toffin looks like?
Well, being in a disguise in the mortal realm, probably look like a Yumi. If I had to guess if he maybe looks like himself, he's a satyr, but don't go telling all you Yumis that, okay? You scare people with their hooves and shit. Hooves are for horses is what some dumbass told me. And I said, hey, there's a lot of people who got hooves. But he's a satyr. You'll find him in that house, though, I'm sure. He's been cooped up in there for quite some time now. Think he's afraid he's probably next.
Why wouldn't you be?
Nope. I'm here in this tavern.
Because you've got the brains.
That's right. I don't got a lot of them, but what I got are right here in the tavern.
Stay near the rum and you'll never go wrong.
Yeah, something like that. So what do you say? You want to take your drinks on the road? I'll get Astro to get you through that little key gate. You be on your measly little way?
Ivy downs hers. All right.
Tip the bottle.
Oh, what a woman. Just down in her shot in one go. Look at that. Keep the other
like that.
shots. Keep the other shots in your jacket.
Keep it in your pants, Philip.
I can't let them show me up. Drink mine down as well.
So as you guys
I
kind of
drink-
throw your
Drink
drinks
my
back.
glass and take the bottle.
Yeah, you just take and then you take the bottle with you. Yeah, you can add one bottle of. We'll do. Actually, hang on, wait. No, I got stuff in here. 1 second. It's
Oh, you're going for whiskey.
it's called a glitter bomb.
Oh, no.
Some Feywild whiskey. It's like Firebomb, but it's got glitter instead. Makes it a bit more fairy. See the reference?
Oh, I see.
You're kind of hitting it on the nose there.
Oh, I do got a big nose and it's an easy target, so always aim for what you can shoot. Something like that, I don't know. All right. Hey, Astro! Hey, these quizzes be ready, all right? He'll get the key gate. He'll be right here. Astro comes flying back in. He lands on the table in front of you guys, and literally he just sets down this little like carved piece of wood. It's actually carved in a like almost perfect circle, about like 2 inches thick. It's almost like a puck. And the more you look at it, there's some. Does anybody speak Sylvan? Or yeah, you do.
Phil,
Yes.
Look at that. I thought I had somehow, but I forgot. But yeah, you all speak Sylvan, thankfully, for your boon. But yeah, as you see the Sylvan script, it's basically just like the Feywild version of teleport, for those of you who are familiar with how magic works. There's a couple other things going on there, but you don't quite understand that without a check, at least.
Before we leave, are we gonna get that last number?
Well, I thought it was Zed. The dumb motherfucker told me it was Z or something. Is it one of them zeros?
Could you point us in his direction? Because
Oh, he's not here. He was just some person from the Fey Court. Some uppity little twat, I think. Fucking
do you have
lying
a
to me, though.
name?
Of the guy from the court?
Yes, that would come in handy.
No. Queen keeps her servants pretty much, anonymous. Anonymous? One of them words.
All right.
So Aster just kind of like pats the puck a little bit, and you see the rings as his like pixie dust like comes off his hand and his wings. He almost like jolts a little bit to get more of it off, and it just kind of falls and kind of trickles over this puck. And as it does, the puck almost glows, and then brightly just glows. Not blindingly so, but a very, very strong green light. And Aster just kind of looks at you guys and says, alrighty, just put your hands on here and then we'll send you on your way. Hold your breath, it's a little weird sometimes.
Yeah, I kind of hate this part.
Alright, as soon as you all grab it,
I'm gonna drink and go.
while you're going to drink while... Make me a con save, actually, for that one.
Nice. That is a natural 20, sir.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
It ain't your first time. It's not your first time. You take a swig, and as you do, when you guys all touch and the key gate opens, almost like the swirling of a whirlpool, you guys are just sucked in this torrent. You're like, you feel like you're changing shape. You're not being like inflicted damage, but you almost feel like you're just being like, just into this little puck. And of course, Corbin. It's not your first time, so you position that bottle just right so that the force of your movement actually put more whiskey down your throat.
The bottle swirls and it actually shoves it, and I down the bottle before we get.
So you come out the other side. Let me switch this back here for a second. So you come out the other side. You're back in the Feywild Forest, and Corbin, just as you had thought and planned, as soon as you guys kind of like, and just kind of apparate back into form, your whiskey bottle is empty and your stomach is full.
And I cough glitter.
Great, I'm gonna be finding that everywhere on me for the next month.
God, whoever invented it must die a horrible death.
Yeah, but it makes you really love fairies.
As you guys are kind of talking and looking around, you like I said, you do appear to be back in the Feywild, just out in the forest. Kind of like how you came in. The rifts tend to kind of appear in very thick overbrush or large open trunks of trees. Other things that look like they could be gateways is normally where rifts form. And your rings on your fingers, your Inquisition rings, they are already warm with that tangle of a nearby rift. Focusing in on your skills, you can kind of hone in the location of it on your own. So if you guys would like to make me survival checks, you can do so.
Is it dark outside?
Here in the Feywild, it's actually nice and bright.
Okay.
Sun's
No.
out, nice birds are out. You got some wildlife, some deer kind of looking your way like,
If I know we're trying to find something, I'm gonna pull out one of my bottles, crack it open, down it. Ugh. It always tastes like piss.
Can I add like something to make it nice? Bit of tea.
Wow.
I think I drank too much of the whiskey because my
Oh,
nat
no.
one says I have no idea where we're going.
I rolled a 4. It's all on you, John.
So yeah, Corbin, as you roll your nat 1, like you start looking around and you literally walk into the cloud of glitter that is still there, and you're just like, that burns. And you just gotta wipe. Well, you've got your mask. It gets through you have eye slits for your mask, I assume, right? Yeah.
I now have mascara all right here, just in shiny silver.
13.
Thank
Okay.
God.
So
Where you did it?
yeah, so Amadeus, as you drink your tonic, and you kind of look around, finding these rifts usually isn't too difficult for you. This one's no different. Seems like the key gate did actually put you fairly close to it, and as you guys kind of split up to look around, you're confident that you have found it. As you kind of move around one of these large trees, you can see one of the roots just kind of like juts out from the ground a good like maybe 6 feet in height and almost arches over and goes back down into the ground on the other side. And it almost just looks like a doorway. And as you kind of meet, like as your gaze kind of meets that, the ring warms even greater. So you know that it is right there.
Oi, I think I found what we're looking for.
Perfect.
I can't even see you right now. I've got so much glitter in my eyes. I'm just gonna follow your voices.
Ivy just reached out and grabs Corbin by the arm. This way, love.
Thank you.
Keep your steps high.
Watch out for skunks.
Oh no, watch out for skunks. Uh-oh.
Oh, the face skunks are the worst.
They've got
They just
3
send out more
glands.
glitter.
And glitter.
It's all glitter.
Skunk glitter bombs. Just
That scent doesn't
There
go
you
away
go.
until you get it all off of you. It's the
Oh
worst.
my god. Yeah, there you go. Feywild skunks. They puff glitter. Also, here we. Oh, you know what? I forgot. We got some fun little things here. So yeah, Feywild skunks. There you go.
I hate that sound.
I do have so if anybody makes any puns going forward, I got you covered. So.
I'm a bard. That's how I live.
Too bad Dealey's not here.
I know. Yeah, Dealey would be over John's shoulder like, say this. Or just scream into the microphone.
She would. Dee, if you're watching, we miss you.
Yes, we miss you guys.
True.
Hopefully you're all having fun at GaryCon. That's,
Hopefully.
that's why we're here.
We didn't go to GaryCon.
We came to be with friends, though.
Yes, that is true.
Oh.
So, you guys, as you make your way through this Feywild Rift, very, very quickly, that same kind of like warm sensation kind of rolls up your spine. You get a tingle in your extremities, like in your fingers, your nose, your lips. And as soon as you kind of walk through this archway of wood, the world around you again changes. And you find yourselves almost in an instant, not casual like change that you experienced in Cedarway Alley. This one's almost instant. Whereas you walk through it, you're immediately beset by rain once again. Not that one. My apologies. We're not at the crackling fireplace yet.
Eerie.
The forest is on fire. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're quickly again finding yourselves getting hammered by rain. The thunder is back. The storm is back. It seems even traveling away from London and all the way over to Germany, you still didn't really avoid a storm, as it is still here. Far, far off in the distance. I thank you for the cheers, Stegosaurus. Far, far off in the distance. Actually, the thunder is back.
The thunder.
The thunder. I was late.
It's very good.
I was very late on that one. Alrighty. But yeah, as you guys kind of take in your surroundings, you do appear to be in unlike the forest of the Feywild, this one is very, very dense. Surprisingly more than the Feywild. There's just overgrowth everywhere. There's trees that both look lively and are overgrowing. To the one just next to it is just dead, dried out wood, probably starved by its neighbor. And they're just kind of scattered everywhere. You're not quite sure what direction the town is, but
I'm assuming it's dark out here.
it is dark. Yeah, you are back tonight. Since we're back in the mortal realm and you're only, maybe I think a time zone over.
I'll pull out my Everbright lantern just to give us some sort of visuals as we're walking.
Nice.
I'm gonna pull out my other potion that I have on me and down that. My eyes kind of.
Tea water or something.
You don't think I've tried that?
Sorry, of course you have.
If I told you the ingredients that were in this, you'd be disgusted. But it works.
I don't judge.
I'm still pulling
And-
the glitter out of my eyes.
So now I have
Okay.
night vision that begins to kind of peer out into the darkness, and I'm also going to pull out my rapier, and it's going to emit a dull blue glow to help give a little bit more light as well.
Okay. And then Corbin, you've got dark vision, right? And then Ivy, you've
So do
got.
I.
Yep. Okay. So everybody can now see very well. In addition to the lantern and your other light sources, as you guys start to wander, someone give me a survival check. You guys work together as a group all the time.
Not me.
I'm
I've
okay
got
if you open. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm okay if you guys open talk at the table as players, like because you're gonna know what each of your skill sets are. You've been working together for years.
Well, I think we just saw how well I roll at survival, so let's pass that one off.
Well, to keep us all alive, huh?
Even with Jack of all trades.
It's 19.
Okay, so a 19. So you guys kind of look to the sky, try to find some stars to guide you. There aren't too many to find. You kind of look for natural, like disturbances, maybe from like foot traffic or carts or anything like that. You don't really find anything. But Amadeus, as you kind of lead the group around, you see this very, very thin trail. Like as it's kind of weaving through the tree lines, it's just the faintest of trails, like maybe like less than a foot wide. But it definitely looks like a walked trail. And as you kind of examine it closer, you can see that there are like the remains of footfalls here. And there are boots that appear to be walking to your east.
Tricky little buggers seem to be heading this way.
That makes sense.
Thank you for the hydration
Leader.
check, Sassy.
They're so light-footed, it's hard to
Thank you.
often spot them.
Alrighty. You guys follow the trail for maybe about like 10 minutes. So it's maybe like a mile and a half through this forest. As like I said before, you kind of like weave through the trees. You kind of have to push some shrubs out of the way because this path doesn't look like it's used often. Definitely not upkept, that's for sure. But as you kind of crest the clearing and this last hill out of the forest, you actually see the town before you. Just down the hill, you can see the main gates. It's cut off by a nice like stone wall. It does look like a decent sized town, maybe like a couple thousand people probably live here. It looks defended, which is maybe a surprise, maybe not to you Inquisitors that trouble's happening when there's defenses, a wall, and guards. But it's just a short walk to this very, very sleepy town.
I think we're finding the right place, but I'm not one for talking to the people on the walls.
Oh, please let
Looks
me.
over it. Yeah.
So you guys, you guys approach the main gate.
Excuse me, sir. Could I spare a moment of your time, please?
One of the guards from like up at the top of the tower just kind of like looks down as you guys approach, but then looks at you specifically since you're addressing him, and he just kind of like scratches his head and he goes, "What are you doing out this late?" He's just a human guard, pretty typical
I
guard.
could ask you the same thing.
This is my post. I work here.
And this is our post. We are walking around checking the outside of the gate, but we need you to let us in.
Do you get the load of this fucking guy down here? He just looks back and forth. He says, "Okay, let's start again. What are your names?"
Sir, can you walk this way with me for 1 second, and talk just over here, away from them? I don't want them to hear that.
Amadeus just begins pacing angrily.
Do you have business
Tiny
here?
cloak.
Like he just looks at you
Well,
guys
yeah.
again. What'd you say?
I'll tell you all about it over here. Of course, we have business.
I can hear you just fine from where I am. Yes.
Yes, but it's lower over there. You can't see the papers I have.
Ah, papers. Papers, please. Okay. He walks across. He actually kind of looks over his shoulder. You see him kind of mumble something to the other guard up there, but you can't quite hear what he says. And you can kind of see his like kettle helm disappear over the back of the wall.
I'm gonna walk away from the other two and walk over to where they can't hear what we're talking about.
So he comes up to the wood door and he opens one of the portcullises and just kind of like looks out and he says, "You said you have papers?"
Yes. I'll pull out just random papers that don't say anything that's really important, and I'm just gonna start just talking about random things, about how pretty the wall is and how he's doing a very good job.
So these are. He kind of takes one of the papers and he holds it up and he's like, "This is a children's drawing."
Well, yes, but the paper underneath is the important one.
He looks at the paper underneath. Is it anything important?
No, actually, it's not. It's another children's drawing, and the final paper is the one that's the most important.
Okay. He gets to the final paper.
It should have now been about 1 minute of talking, right?
I'd give you that, yeah, because he's very confused and he's very just like, what in the fuck is going on right now? Like,
Gotcha. So I need you to make a con save for me.
okay.
You are going against a 17.
I only got a 14.
Okay, so I choose. It's Words of Terror. I'll link it so you can read it. You are, after 1 minute of talking to me, I can choose to have you frightened of the three of us, and basically you have to do whatever we say.
Okay.
And you also don't know that I'm doing it, even if you fail to save. So I'm going to tell you to let us through.
So he's going through the children's drawings, and he gets to the last one, and as your spell, your effect kind of takes hold of him, you can tell that there's an immediate like bead of sweat on his forehead that he just can't explain why. And as soon as he looks up at you, your mask, he just like takes a step back, and he looks at the children's drawings, and you're getting the idea that maybe he thinks you're a serial killer now, and like perhaps these drawings maybe are from children that have gone missing. And he hands you the papers back and he says, yes, fine, we will let them in, please. And it's like, and he just leans forward and he says, please leave my children out of this, whatever is going on here.
Open the door.
Okay. He slams the portcullis closed, and you hear like they're just like opening up latches and levers, and then finally just the creaking of the wooden gate or wooden door opens, as the one guard that you have scared shitless is just like saluting for whatever reason. I mean, didn't need to salute. The other guys are looking at him like,
this is exactly why I wanted to play this Whispers Bard, because there's so many cool things for interrogation.
so he's just like, have a pleasant stay.
Thank you.
You know how cold it is out there.
Just as cold as it is in here. There's no
it's
ceiling.
wet out there, though. Stop talking to me. Get over there.
Yeah, and he moves and he purposely like pushes the other guard out of the way just to shut the door. And the other guy's looking at him like, what the fuck? Like, get up there. And he's like, oh yeah, and he just runs. He just runs. He climbs the ladder. He stumbles a couple times. He looks at you a couple more times, Corbin. And every time your eyes meet, he's just like, huh. And he vanishes
And
behind the
just
wall.
in case, it's for a full hour that he's scared of all of us. So.
Is the other guard still down here?
Yeah, there's a couple more down there, and I mean, this guy let you guys in, and he seems to be some sort of authority figure here.
Ivy walks up to one of them and is like, excuse me. Could you post us to where Fitch is, please? Fitch Street?
Ah, Fitch Street, yes. And he kind of points. He gives you some directions, like just follow the main road. 4th Street on the right is Guten, then you turn right, and the 3rd Street on the left is going to be Fitch.
Danke.
Better.
I'm gonna give him a tap on the butt as we walk by.
Whoop.
Good game, sir.
Alrighty.
I just grunt as I walk by.
These guys are just like they're not like, you're not causing any trouble. He let you guys in. Like, they're just like, all right, whatever. Like, you get some glances of like, that was fucking like, yeah, that was weird. But you guys head down the main road. Eventually, you guys following the directions. You don't need a roll. You asked for directions. I'm not going to be that kind of GM. But you guys do eventually make it to Fitch Street, and much like Pekonin had said, on the corner of Czech's Notes, Fitch and Grossen, on the corner of Fitch and Grossen, there's like 2 houses. One of them is numbered 341, and one of them is numbered 340.
My money is on 0.
I mean, that's the one that makes sense to some degree.
If not, we'll have a good time making up a story.
I forgot to add you to this map. Hold on. Ba-ba-ba-da. Alrighty. So, let's go ahead and switch you guys over then. So you get to the front door of this house. Obviously, at this hour, it's closed. But the light's on inside. There's a couple of flickering lanterns. All the curtains have been drawn. But the light, just because of how cold and dark it is outside, the light does kind of just carve its outlines around everywhere that it can. So you know that somebody is probably awake on the inside.
Nick, do you want this to be on stream?
Not yet,
No.
no. We're good.
Okay.
I'll just wait until we...
Ivy goes up and knocks. Oh, I got work to do.
So you knock on the door. It goes maybe about like 30 seconds without any sort of answer, but you can hear footfalls as somebody's kind of approaching the door, and you can see the curtain on the side just kind of part ever so slightly, and you can see one human eye looking out, and he just kind of looks at you guys and then closes it.
Footfalls or hoof falls?
Footfalls, actually.
The gate on the way in looked like it had iron bars on it.
Nope.
Okay.
No, it's just basically a heavy wooden door, reinforced with a couple of braces and nothing. Almost, even for the Victorian standards, pretty old school.
I'll, after I see his eye, I'll look and I'll say, "Sir, can we spare a moment of your time?"
His eye vanishes again, and you hear like 3 distinct drags of locks on the inside, and then the door creaks open. You can still see kind of like a chain keeping part of it closed, but you see this very like hefty gentleman in a suit at this hour. He's got a tie on. He does not look like he's lounging. He looks like he's about to go to work. He's got a very, very bushy red beard, thinning hairline, and he's just kind of looking at you guys, and he says, just a minute?
Maybe more.
I'm gonna sniff the air. What does he smell like?
Make me a survival check. I'll give you that.
Natural 20.
Yeah, he
So-
smells horrible.
So
Smells like Victorian Germany.
typically, the disguise spells that that Fae use to kind of blend in with society in the mortal realm even masks their smells. But this guy has got some sort of BO going on, because it's even getting through his disguise. Like, you can smell like wet fur. As you know that this is not the man that you see before you. This is definitely a Fae.
So we've been sent by Philip to
The
address
Inquisition.
your needs. Please don't speak of that with the door open. Can we come inside?
He slams the door, and then you hear the last little like chain thing opens, and he opens it up, and he says, "Please, please, please, come inside quickly."
I'm gonna bow down and say, "After you, my lady."
Thank you, sir. And she just struts in.
Yeah, he will get out of your guys' way.
Thank you. You have a sitting room we should meet in.
And he doesn't really say anything. He just kind of points to the room across from him, which is the living room. So he just kind of points to this room. Are you able to move your token?
Yes.
John, okay. I just want to double check because I know we did yours last, and I just want to make sure I did it right. So he kind of he shuts the door and locks it again. He's shaking at this point. Like, he was kind of like timid before, but he is just shaking. Let's see.
So do you need a drink?
He shakes his head no, and he looks at the curtains. He sees that they're being closed, or that they still are closed. He takes like a couple deep breaths, and then you see his form change. So he drops his disguise. And actually, I can just show you this.
I thought I smelled some wet fur.
Yeah. Here you guys see Toffin.
Fine.
So he is in fact a satyr, just like Pekonin said. So not completely worthless. Did get that Zed one though.
Not completely.
But Toffin kind of looks at you guys and says, "Thank the gods you've come. I'm at my wit's end here, and this is supposed to be your job. This is supposed to be Queen Victoria's job. The Inquisition is supposed to be the ones protecting us.
Well, we're here, aren't we?
Yes, and I need your help." He looks like he's just all over he walks over, just plops down on the couch, like he's barely making sense.
I mean, what you need is a decorator, because who has ferns nowadays?
Mr. Toffin. Any details you could provide, explain what's going on here would be very helpful.
So they told you some
gonna-
stuff.
Be peeking out the window a little bit, and keeping an eye on the area.
So
The word was a bit sparse. Something about missing Bayborn.
yes.
How many?
Well, I put the request in a week ago to the Fae Court, and I guess it took them this long to figure it out, and I'm the last one.
How many were there?
There was 12 of us in total.
It's a lot missing.
They've been. I thought the first few maybe just left. I didn't know. We didn't know. I mean, we have disguises. They're supposed to work, but after the third or fourth one, and they just didn't come back. We started noticing the patterns of every 4 or 5 days or so, one more person would just be missing, and nobody said anything. Like, it's not like, hey, we'll see you next week, and then they just left. They're just gone, all of them.
Nothing
You
left
didn't leave it?
behind.
Nothing left behind.
They didn't take anything. They just left.
The houses are empty. The possessions are all gone.
No, they're untouched. They just the last person to go was here. My wife. I see that. My wife. My wife. She gone missing, y'all.
Now, hold. This is very, very important. Okay. Did they leave behind any gold?
I would assume that the Inquisition
Where?
pays you.
What? Well, of course, but there's never enough gold, and there's never enough rum.
The guards have sort of seized the houses and properties for the meantime, waiting for the. I spoke to the mayor, but my wife. Last
When
last
did you
week,
lose her?
4 or 5 days ago. 4 days
Where-
ago. 5 days ago. I
What was it?
I haven't slept much.
Where did you last see
Where's the
her?
stink?
Or where was she going?
I saw her leave. That
She just left the house.
it happened at night, 5 days ago.
And you
There
let her
was-
go alone.
I woke up to the back door slamming shut, and she was gone. I looked out the window and I saw her just running out into the forest.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Black Forest.
I'm gonna go head to the back door and take a look at the back door.
You can do so. Make me a perception check too while you're at it, actually, John, or an investigation, your choice.
So that is a 21.
Okay, so as you're inciting him, Corbin, he seems to be telling the truth, but he is just, he's sleep deprived, like fatigued, something. He's traumatized. He's just having a hard time even gathering his thoughts, but you can tell what he's saying is honest. And then what was your check, John?
That was a 23.
So, Amadeus, as you're kind of looking around, first when you were peeking out front, nobody was on the streets. You looked out the side, still nobody was out on the streets. You go to the back. The back door, much like at this point his story is saying, like he heard that door slam shut, you can kind of see out the little window that kind of sits at the top of that door, and you can see, maybe like 100 feet. There's the wall. There's just an open archway because it leads out to the farmlands, and then just beyond that is the Black Forest that you guys came from. And then we'll jump back over as Toffin's kind of retelling the story, and he says, "I heard the back door slam, and I looked out the back window, and I just saw her running, and I don't know why she was doing it. I tried to chase after her. She was shouting her mother's name. We haven't seen her mother in decades. I don't know why she would do such a thing. But I lost her in the forest, and I came back."
How far in the forest did you see her go?
By the time I left the back door, she was already at the edge, and by the time I made it there, I had no way to find her. But
Is it possible she went through a rift?
no. There's no rifts.
None over there?
There's none over here. And even if they did the Feywild Court, they're not there.
I'm gonna pull out my rapier and slide it across the back of my arm. Let a cold chill run down the edge of the blade. As I'm looking out the back door, and then I head my way back into where everyone else is at.
I have one more thing. Helpful, maybe. Maybe there's people, the Fae that have gone missing. The last like 4 or 5 of us, myself included, we've been having these strange dreams, like a voice singing on the wind. I've shaken the feeling the last 5 days, but every time I close my eyes to sleep or rest, I can hear it beckoning me at night. And whatever has taken my people is trying to take me too. And whatever else is out here, it must have some sort of lair or place that it hides. I mean, 12 people, even the hunters, the local hunters, haven't found bodies or disturbances or no caves or anything. It's just they're just gone. So if we have any chance of finding them or finding my wife, we have to find this lair.
Are you coming with us?
I'm not much of a fighter, no, but I think I can help you if I sleep.
Lead the way.
If it
Didn't want
if it
to
helps me
impose by
find
asking.
if it helps me find my wife, then so be it.
What's your wife's name?
Tiffany.
Helps you find Tiffany. Yes.
Out of game, that was the cutest smile I've ever seen. It was hilarious. But before we go, would you like to lay here while we talk and take a rest?
I would prefer to stay awake until you're ready for me to rest. Is even closing my eyes, I hear her or it, the voice. What?
I'll start playing my Cittern while he does.
Oh.
Song of Rest. It'll allow him to kind of revitalize himself over a short rest. He'll get the effects of.
Mechanically
Against my-
speaking, he does have 2 levels of exhaustion. So
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'll play the Cittern to put him to sleep so we can talk while he's resting.
okay, so you play the music. He kind of lulls himself a little bit. He starts to sway. You can see probably the days that he's stayed up, that weight on his eyes as his eyelids just like, and he's out in like maybe 5-10 seconds, and he just slumps over on the arm of his couch there, and you guys are alone.
I want to cast detect magic, while we're sitting there talking, so I know if something tries to approach us and do anything.
Okay. Detect magic is up. You do not see anything magical in the room. I'm just clarifying, of course. You don't see anything magical in the room. So it doesn't seem like this satyr, Mr. Toffin, has anything really at the ready.
Do you think he's telling the truth?
I do.
I think
Couldn't see any
something
reason why
smells
not.
foul.
I agree. I very much agree.
It'd be a good trap to lead them out into its own lair. Somehow. Easier to
Did you
take
see-
them out there than here in town.
Did you see anything as you were walking out back?
I saw the Black Forest beyond an archway. Not much beyond that. I'm gonna
If
walk
I was
up
going to set a
this-
trap, that's where I would do it.
I'm gonna walk up to the satyr and I'm gonna grab his head, and lift up his eyelid, look into his eyeball, see what's happening with his eyes.
He's out of it. Even when you open up his eyelid, his eye is just kind of like lazy. It's like almost rolled back a little bit. Like that Song of Rest. I mean, he needed rest for starters, but a bard actually giving him like magical assistance, he's enjoying himself for the time being, of course.
Anyone got any rope?
Yes. Always.
Yes, but my hands are full.
Thank you. I'm gonna tie him up.
Around the torso.
Not super tight, but at least make it so that if something happens where he decides he needs to get up and start running, it's not gonna be so easy.
Okay, so maybe like a couple loops around his waist, tied off there, maybe.
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to bind his arms, or leave those free?
I'll leave his arms free, but like have a rope where we have it like I'm holding on to it for now.
Yeah, you basically got him on. I mean, he doesn't have like a monkey backpack, but you know, like.
Basically got a monkey backpack.
Yeah, he's basically just a monkey.
Mature audiences. He's on a leash.
Yeah, he's on a leash. Rawr. He's gonna go to that forest on all fours. Yeah, mature
Just
audiences,
getting into
everybody.
some weird pony play stuff, guys. Just saying.
He does have hooves. You are correct.
Yeah, he does
Yeah.
have hooves.
Where this went.
That's a category that's not legal in most states.
Did furries exist in this year in Germany is the question, and I think we'll have to figure it out.
I mean, with the existence
we
of
just answered
Fae
it.
and Faeborn being, with like integrated into society secretly, there's probably some dens, if you know what I mean. Okay. Yeah, he's tied at the waist. His arms are free. Make me one, because you have the time, make me one athletics check with advantage, just to see how secure your binding is. And then I will make a note of that number for reasons.
22.
It's pretty good. Man's good with rope. Can you say?
It is not his first time tying someone up.
No, it'll be my last.
As it shouldn't.
Alrighty. He's tied up. As you've kind of disturbed him a little bit, just because you have to kind of like move him around just to get the rope looped. His head just kind of sways as you kind of move him. You see almost like this jolt in his spine, almost like his whole body just like convulses for a moment as he just like awakens. He seems awake now, though his eyes are still entranced. His eyes are still like rolled almost up into his skull.
Detect magic. Do I notice anything?
Mm-mm. And you hear him kind of like mouth something at first, and then he just kind of reaches his hand out because it is free, and he just says he just kind of whispers the name Tiffany.
Are there any pictures? Like pictures of his wife anywhere?
There's a couple of artistic drawings of probably the pair of them, yeah, in their human forms, unfortunately. Because if you have guests over, you can't.
She was also a satyr.
Well, she's definitely you definitely know that she's a fae because she was kidnapped. But yeah, you didn't actually get to ask. But you do see this woman, this brunette, long hair. She has this very elegant like white dress, nice like yellow lace that kind of like trims along the neckline.
So, out of game, would this be considered charmed or possessed or frightened?
It would be considered. Make me an arcane check.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna try to insight check him, see kind of how he's looking, and
Yeah. So it's a 16 plus 4, so 20.
So your arcane check, your arcana check, you can tell obviously with detect magic that there isn't any sort of enchantment spell on him, so that's out of play. But you can tell that his behavior is very, very I don't want to say mechanical, but It's very abnormal. He does appear to be under the influences of some sort of charm effect. So it's like he's
Okay.
probably aware, but he's falling for whatever this. Much like the guard that you tricked into getting you guys into this city. Somebody has worked some sort of magic through his sleep to get him charmed.
Well,
Did we hear? Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go. You go. You're good.
Did we hear? I mean, I know we've got Corbin playing an instrument. What instrument is it?
Saturn.
But did we hear any other sounds coming into the house?
Nope.
No.
From what Toffin had
so-
told you, he said that the song like came to them in their dreams.
So as I'm playing, I'll notice that it seems like he's probably charmed. I'm gonna use one of my charges from my Saturn, and I'm gonna cast Protection from Good and Evil. And it'll give him advantage against being charmed, and if he's already charmed, it would give him advantage on becoming uncharmed as far as the saving throw.
Got it. Okay. So if he's prompted to make a saving throw, he will have advantage.
Yeah.
And I'll give it to you, just because again, you're a bard. Charming people is kind of the name of the name of the game. You know that if you probably inflicted pain on Toffin or something to kind of help his mind snap out of it, that you could try to prompt him free from whatever has him charmed. So
Ivy got one of those rounds.
Yeah. I'll probably leave that to our friend Amadeus since he's got a rope around him.
Amadeus.
Ivy,
Yes.
got any of those iron bullets?
I've got 6 of them.
I see one.
Oops.
I'm gonna take the round. I'm gonna press it against his skin.
Oh dang! Yeah, I mean, you press it against his skin. So as he appears charmed, he stands up at this point. He's still tied at the waist by your rope. He tries to move, but at that point, you kind of get him. You can get him in like the shoulder, like
Yeah.
the bicep area, just
Yeah, I'm
because
not
he's
trying
exposed.
to like really hurt him, but I'm trying to get him to like. I'm trying to give him a shock.
Got it. That natural one. So as you give him a shock, he very clearly reacts to that pain, but like physically. But he continues to just whisper his wife's name, as well as his eyes are just still kind of entranced, and he, unless stopped, does continue to move to his back door.
No, let's follow him. See where this is leading.
Definitely. I'm gonna toss the ball back to Ivy.
Was it a natural one with advantage?
Oh, it is with advantage. I'm sorry. Wow. Yes, it was a natural 1 with advantage.
Wow. This dude is.
Roll as dice.
No, I'm not throwing my dice out.
You need some sage.
Holy shit. But Amadeus, you do have that as a backup. So at any point, if you guys want to kick him out of this, you can just kind of tap him with this cold iron round. And it does seem, because he is a fae, that he can kind of feel that pain and get snapped out of it.
Okay, if it did give him the jolt, I will not throw the ball back to Ivy yet.
Sorry, I got 5 more.
And as we're going, I'm gonna keep tapping him with it.
So you're trying to get him to snap out of it?
I will look at you.
I think I'm
like,
trying
no,
to.
no, no.
I think before I tap him the second time, I'm gonna look back at everyone and see what their thoughts are.
No. We need to follow
Yeah.
him. I think if you snap him out of it, we won't know where they're taking him.
All right.
Save it for when we get at least close to wherever this is going.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So you're going to follow the entranced man then, and then wait to see what happens?
Yep.
Of
Alrighty.
course. What can go wrong?
Keep the rope on him, though.
Yeah, what could
No.
go wrong?
I kind of got the rope in one hand with the bolt in that hand, and then I got my sword out, so it's making some light for me. And
Hmm.
So you leave Toffin's house, You cut through his backyard. You cut through the stone archway that serves as kind of like the perimeter to Nordric. You walk through the farmlands here. Nice tall fields. Looks like it'd be a very good harvest season this year, at least for this small little town. Unlike the description that he gave you of his wife running, he is walking. It almost seems like he's like the way that he's talking and reaching out every once in a while. It almost feels like he's seeing something, and he's almost being led through the plains and into the Black Forest. And as you guys continue to follow him, you follow him for a good, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 miles. So it takes you guys like 45 minutes of walking through this forest. A pretty significant distance from the town. Eventually, though, you do come out to this clearing. And let's send you back. So you come to this clearing, and as you get here, Toffin almost seems happier, a bit more cheery. He even tries to dance a couple of times, grabbing the arms of an invisible person who's not there. And you kind of feel him tugging a number of times on the rope, but never strong enough to get out of your grip.
I'm just gonna press the bullet into the small of his back.
Okay. With advantage, I will remember this time, Corbin.
Oh, well, you used the advantage on the natural one, so
Oh, it's only the one time?
one time.
Well, I think it's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, we walked 3 miles, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, fortunately, he didn't pass the first time, but I got a 16.
It's on you. It's advantage against
It's on
Johnny,
you.
So.
Oh, yeah, it's against my DC. I'm an idiot.
Only sometimes.
I do this thing called dungeon mastering. Sometimes. So
Big
with a
brain.
16, he does actually snap out of it. So he's like mid stride of dancing. He's almost like ballroom dancing, and you get him in the back, and he's just like, oh fuck. And then he wants to like move back, and he kind of stumbles. He kind of stumbles into you, Amadeus, and he turns around, sees that he's tied at the waist, looks at you guys, and he says,
You were dancing.
and he kind of just like he buries
And
his
not very
hands. He buries his head in his hands, and he just starts weeping.
There.
Um,
My back. What should
I will
say?
definitely-
I'm gonna move forward and I'm gonna start kind of taking a look around this area.
Corbin.
If I see anything.
I was gonna tell him to dry his face and cast prestidigitation.
Oh. He, I mean, his face does become dry for maybe merely a moment, and he kind of nods his head and thanks, like he understands what you're saying, and he's gonna try, but he instantly
He's
just
a baby.
yeah, he's a big baby.
He's a big baby.
What a
His wife
baby!
is missing.
What a what a baby crying about his dead wife. What a loser!
What? She's dead.
We don't know. She could be. She's been missing
I mean,
for 5
odds are.
days.
Yeah.
Or she had a really good time in Vegas. One of the two.
So, Amadeus, as you draw near to this clearing, there's some old ruins. It kind of looks like maybe some sort of structure, maybe like a stone gazebo or something used to be here. In the ground itself, as the forest floor just kind of diminishes, it turns into a very eroded cobblestone. It's fractured in a lot of places, but you can very clearly see, despite all the other damage, that there is in fact some sort of circle carved into the cobblestone here. But as you are about to investigate, you see this you see this visage of like a helmet creep out of the cobblestone, and this creature appears. As it kind of appears, it rises from the cobblestone slowly. As it's rising, it raises its claws, and it just, at the sight of all of you guys, and, you know, not just perhaps the target, just roars at you guys. And I will need initiatives.
That was a good touch on the roar, by the way.
Thank you. Alrighty, initiatives. Alright, I will go round robin and ask everybody. So, Ivy.
17.
17. Okay. And then we got Amadeus.
20.
20. Okay. And then we have Corbin.
17 also.
What's your dex?
18.
She win.
Okay, I'm gonna put you at 16 because I didn't roll that high. So, oof. So, for our first round of combat, Amadeus, you are up first. There is this incorporeal monster ahead of you, very wraith-like. It has, like I said before, it has like raised claws. It's wearing tattered robes that just sort of fade as the creature's like legs also just sort of fade out, and it's just almost like just dragging cloth in the wind. And it's large in size as it just kind of looks down at you. What would you like to do?
I am going to take that cut that's on my arm. I'm gonna scrape the sword across it again, throwing a spray of blood into the air. And I'm going to attempt to throw an amplified curse of binding on it. So it needs to make a strength saving throw.
An 11.
Does not pass.
I had assumed not.
So, for the next minute, the creature is now bound. So the speed is reduced to 0 and they can't take reactions.
I think that's it's a name of a condition, but I got it. So movement is 0 and then can't take reactions.
Correct.
And then does he get saving throws at the end of at each of his turns, or just last for a minute?
He gets a saving throw at the end of each turn.
Got it. Alrighty. So yeah, as you kind of you disturbed the cut on your arm again, right? And just kind of cast blood like up into the air to do that effect.
Yep.
So,
And then I'm going to move, because that's actually a bonus action. Let's see.
Win.
5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to get to there. I'm going to take 2 attacks I'm going to stab at him twice with my rapier, and then I'm going to back off 10 feet.
alrighty. Let loose the rapier of war. Oh.
That's probably a miss. The
Yeah.
8 to hit.
Yeah, as you sort of stab at this creature, you hit what form should look incorporeal. You hit something hard as its bracer just sort of raises and deflects your rapier away.
So then a 25 on the second strike.
25, you find your way right into the creature. The creature just sort of roars back at you in just anger, just purely. It probably hasn't been damaged in a long time.
That is 6 points of piercing damage and 1 point of cold damage.
Ooh. Okay. Piercing goes through just fine. And 1 point of cold?
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty.
And
As
then
you
I'm
stab
going
that
to
creature,
skip
he-
back 10 feet.
Because he can't take reactions. Aha! I was about to say something, and then I was like, no, actually, he does not get that. Alrighty. After Amadeus, we have... it would be Ivy.
Ivy would be up.
Ivy steps. in
Ivy
front of
up.
The terribly sad satyr. Pulls out her guns. Kimbo, 3 shots.
Oh, akimbo revolvers, everybody.
I get 3 shots.
We get any what a woman's in chat?
+9 to hit. Let's see. Oh, natural 20.
Yeah, pew pew pew.
Then, 20. So that's a 29. Nice, it hits.
Yes, yeah, your natural 20 does hit. Also, thank you, misters, for the what a woman meme.
22.
22 will hit.
And then a 13.
13 will miss. So as you sort of let loose 3 shots, the first one kind of hits the creature in the torso, and he kind of recoils back from the shot. And as he tries to lurch forward, your second one gets him in the second shoulder. You can see his like green incorporeal form like burst out the back before it just sort of disperses into the air. It does take the damage. So what would your damage be?
Total between the 2 with the crit is 21 damage.
Pretty good. I guess.
It's not bad.
That's not bad.
Well, pretty good.
So yeah, as you deal 21 damage to this creature, it kind of looks your way, almost kind of like reading first Amadeus and then you, trying to figure out like who the fuck you people are. You still got your movement, and you used
I'm
your
staying
bonus to do
there.
your third shot. So you're just gonna stay in there. Okay, got it.
I'm blocking the satyr from anything.
Got it. Next up then would be Corbin.
Okay. So you're gonna see me pull my Saturn, and I'm going to start playing a little melody. And as I'm playing, you're gonna hear me just start to whisper. And I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers. Because I'm playing my Saturn, you roll at disadvantage. And it's a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw? Okay.
Yep.
With disadvantage, it's a 14.
You fail. So you can't use your reaction, right?
He can't.
Okay, well, that's good, because I didn't want him to run away, because he would run his entire movement the other way. But you do take 3d6 and that's it, just 3d6.
Okay. Psychic damage, I would assume, right?
Psychic, yeah.
Okay.
Uh, 15.
15 psychic damage. So as you sort of use your Saturn, target whatever the hell this creature is. In addition to being stabbed by Amadeus and shot twice by Ivy, as it turns towards you, hearing the magic of your melody, you can see that it's just racking its brain with all of the dissonant whispers that you're filling in its mind. And he just kind of like grabs hold of his helmet almost and like tries to just like press it against him as he takes all this damage. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yes, I'm gonna move over between. And correct me if I'm wrong, I can give Bardic on my bonus, right?
That is correct.
Okay, I'm gonna give Amadeus Bardic Inspiration.
Nice. Which at this level is a D8.
D8.
Yeah. So D8 to you, Mr. Amadeus. Alrighty, and if that's the end of your turn, last but not least, we have the creature of the hour. Or a creature of the hour, I guess. He kind of shakes everything off. His movement is 0. Fuck, that sucks.
Good job, John.
Yeah, that's that's pretty good. He kind of flails a little bit, almost in anger. And as a bonus action, he's just gonna let loose another like blood-curdling roar. I just need everybody within 20 feet to make me a wisdom saving throw. It is a fear effect. I think it's literally just Ivy and Amadeus. Yep.
That's me.
How far away from you are they?
What was it? Wisdom save?
Wisdom saving throw, yes.
16.
They're within 30 feet of me, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's
Okay, so as you're doing that, I'm still playing my Saturn, and I will actually cast Counter Charm, which gives them advantage on Frightened. I love bards, man.
Look
I'm
at you
sorry.
guys
Yeah,
being a
that-
good
that-
Inquisition team.
That helps significantly. Give me a 19.
Okay, so Amadeus a 19, that will pass. Ivy, you got a 14 with advantage.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 on the second one.
Ooh, okay, well, so as this creature, even though it's just like, you know, bound in place, it's thrashing and it's just raging. Ivy, you get this sense that this creature is far more dangerous than you once thought. As it's just sort of thrashing, you're just imagining yourself like being caught in its claws and just eviscerated. So you are now frightened of this creature. So you have disadvantage on attacks while it's within your sight, and you cannot approach it any further. And you get to make saves at the end of each of your turn to kind of shake yourself loose of that.
With advantage
I'm not
because
gonna do that.
of my Counter Charm.
Alrighty, and that
Okay,
is
still
all
not.
it can fucking do because it is bound. So I'm gonna roll this die here and hope. What was it?
Strength save.
Strength save. 16.
Yep, it's free.
15 on the die. He breaks free of your binds, but his turn's over, so it's back to the top. Amadeus, so you know that the bounds on this creature bought you 1 round, but it is now free.
Not yet, my friend. Flash my arm again. Throw another mist of pool of blood towards him. Another strength saving throw.
14.
All right, that's a fail.
All right. Immobilized again?
Yep.
Alrighty. That sucks.
Same
Alright.
scenario. Next minute. So I amplified these, so each time I did take damage, by the way, just so you're aware.
Yeah.
On your end.
Yeah, you're slashing yourself. I haven't read the class in full detail, but I'm aware of a little bit of
Self-damage.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move up 10 feet. Take 2 more stabs at this guy.
Alrighty. Stab away, you crazy blood hunter, you.
Oh, shoot, that was the wrong die. Okay. 16 to hit?
16 does in fact hit this creature as you stab and thrust one rapier attack into his torso.
Nice. Thank you, Bardic Inspiration. That was a miss otherwise. And 18 to hit for the second shot.
Second one, just as the first, man. You stab him in the torso once, and he kind of reels back, exposing his stomach area, and you just take that opportunity and just thrust your blade like in his stomach and all the way up to the hilt before ripping it back out.
Alright, and that gives me the first attack is 7 piercing and 2 cold.
7 piercing and 2 cold. Alrighty.
And the second attack is 6 piercing and 1 cold.
6 piercing and 1 cold.
And then I'm going to skip.
And he just kind of waves, and he's like, "Oh, hi. See you later. I hope you come back and stab me again. I can't move my feet." Actually, he looks down. He ain't got no feet. I ain't got no legs to move.
It's because they ain't there.
You gotta get your wraith legs like me, Lieutenant Dan.
Oh my god.
Alrighty, after Amadeus, it falls to Ivy. Ivy, it's your turn.
Ivy lifts up her rifle and stares down. No coward's weapon. Use my action to not be frightened anymore. And I gain 7 temporary hit points.
Yep.
And then I will action surge to take my shots.
So yeah, you
She's
lift up your
mad.
revolver and just
That's
stare
cool.
down your sights at it, and you just psychologically, you're just like,
you.
I've killed so much worse than you, and you psych yourself out of it,
Bastard.
and then action surge yourself into a rage of 2 shots.
So I still get
3
2
shots.
plus the bonus action.
If you use
shot,
your
right?
bonus action, you get the 3rd shot. Yeah.
Yeah, I have enough bullets still to.
Yeah, because you've got
Yep.
you disperse them
Going.
between the guns too, so you're down 1,
I'm
2,
keeping
1.
a tally chart.
Perfect. Yep.
Don't worry. First shot is. I remember why I stopped using these dice. I can't read them. It's 16.
16 hits.
Oh, that's a 16 on the die, so that hits. And then another natural 20. Why don't I use this die more?
Oh my gosh. Go ahead and roll your damage. I have a
I don't have enough dice for this.
suspicion. Man, this guy got shut the fuck down.
12, 19, 20, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 36.
How would you like to do that with your 3 shots?
Ouch.
Oh, just eye, mouth.
So he can't move. He can't move because he's bound. He got countered by the bard, so he couldn't even scare you guys really effectively. And then, and then
Did
as
you just Boondock Saints him?
I
Because
did.
that's epic.
Would it be epic to
Ye-
know I have
yes,
Equitus tattooed
yes.
on my wrist? And my sister has the matching Veritas? Yes, I Boondock Saints his ass.
Done.
so yeah, as he's looking and he just roars his final time at you, Ivy, trying to intimidate you into fear once again. But you've resolved yourself behind your firearms, and you just lay one in the left eye, one in the right eye. And as he reels back in pain, you just shoot the last one through his through his mouth, and you just see the back of his spine just in smoke. The creature does not even have a chance to make more noise
Yeah.
before he fails, and that music ended right on cue.
That was good.
Ivy
So-
reaches down and starts picking up her casings.
Question:
Which
is
one
it
is
a
it?
humanoid?
That creature? That creature, unfortunately, would not be a humanoid. Sorry.
Do we have any idea what that was?
Now that you're done killing it, somebody could make religion or history checks to kind of discern what it could be, just from your training in the Inquisition, kind of like your general monster hunter knowledge that you guys have been taught since you're hunters out in the field.
Take a look.
While you guys are rolling, Toffin
22.
heard the combat, but he still basically is just like crouched on the ground, like hooves firmly planted in the dirt, head just down into his knees, still sobbing. And 20, what did you say, Amadeus?
22.
That was a Shadowfell Spectre. So
I'll kind of help him stand up and say, I thought you said that these were challenges.
he kind of shakes his head, and he says, like, I still feel it. It's not gone. And he
What do I know about Shadowfell Spectres?
Shadowfell Spectres, appropriately named, they are from the Shadowfell. Another realm of existence that encompasses this whole universe here. In contradiction to the Summer Court, the Winter Court resides in Shadowfell. Not big fans of the treaty, could say. But the specters themselves, normally they're formed out of like tormented souls that have died in the Shadowfell, that sort of live on in the afterlife seeking vengeance on whoever they're pointed to by their killer. So one was here. They typically have masters.
That was going to be my next question.
All right. Well, if you hear those voices, where is it trying to take you?
He doesn't respond. He just shakes his head no, like he doesn't know. He's just got his head buried in his knees, and he's just shaking it no.
So the thing came out from the circle, right?
Did. Yeah.
Ivy's gonna try and see what's going on over here with that.
You can make me an investigation check, perception check. You can identify the runes if you want. They do appear to be written in Elven. and it's very, very. Without a roll, I mean, you guys are all familiar with magic circles. You just saw one on the puck. This looks like a carved magic circle. For what? You don't know.
Is it like carved in stone?
It's carved into the cobblestone here, yeah.
I rolled a 26 investigation.
So a 26 on your investigation, as you're kind of poking around, you can tell that the carvings on the stone, even though the surroundings look a bit shoddy, these look a bit more maintained. Someone has been coming through here and actually making sure that these runes stay in well enough working condition, perhaps, to even channel magic.
Magic Man. Just looks over at Corden.
Well, I think that
Any chance you can shift the earth a bit?
I shifted a few things in my day. I feel like we really have two options. We either go through or we wait for the other person to come back through.
I'm impatient.
Well, seeing as I'm thinking this is the Winter Court, cut across my arm again, and instead of a cold mist coming off the blade, it switches into a flame.
Just
Nice.
Take a few minutes before we head in.
Before we go, Ivy, next time, could you at least let me hit him before you execute?
Jesus.
Sorry. I don't like to be frightened, or at least people attempting to frighten me. It's quite rude,
It's quite rude.
but I appreciate the assistance.
Do you think we need
Please,
to prepare
please.
anything before we head in?
I mean, what do we know about the Shadowfell? Other than it's like,
It's pretty much like a realm
Wonderful.
of shadows, ice, anything that is in sheer contrast to the Feywild is typically found in the Shadowfell. I will say though, because I maybe because of something that I said, the magic circle here, I did compare it to like the magic circle of the
Oh.
puck, but it's not necessarily, that doesn't necessarily means that it is a transportation circle. It
It might be
channels
some-
magic. What magic you don't know. It would need to be identified.
I'm not particularly good with.
I'm not one for elfish.
Well, I guess that one falls on me. I can't identify, but I can cast detect magic.
If you cast detect magic, the circle glows.
Okay, I did. Do I know what? Obviously, it's going to be teleportation magic, right?
It is actually transmutation magic. It is magic that is going to alter something. What you don't know. You can make an Arcana check to kind of discern what this magic circle's inscriptions might point you to what it does, but it seems to manipulate the area somehow.
Okay. Come on, jack of all trades.
You can do it. Cool down.
I mean, if you translate it for us, I can help you to some degree.
So 19 plus 2, 21.
So this magic circle is very large, obviously, but the transmutation magic that you can see as you're kind of reading the Elven script and kind of translating that from in like magical terms, it seems that this is a way to reveal a secret pathway. Where, you are not sure, but perhaps somewhere to where this creature
How about
may or may
how?
not be. You can
Like-
read the circle if you want to actually read the magic circle and activate its magics. It just requires that you read the incantation.
So I'll communicate that it's a pathway that's hidden.
I will take a step back.
So I'll
Trust you.
touch the ruby that's holding my cloak, and as I'm holding it, I'll speak.
Okay. As you start speaking in Elven and kind of reciting this, I mean, you don't typically do too much like ritual casting probably as a bard, but you're very familiar with the arcane magic, and this is right in the same lines. The more that you speak these words, though, your detect magic, I assume, is probably still on, right? You
10 minutes. But
yeah, you see before everyone else the circle, the magic inside of it like flickers, like it's alive, reacting to the incantation that you're speaking. But shortly after, as he's nearing the end, the magic actually brightens to a full for everyone to see. And this magic circle is now illuminating the area. Inside that illumination, though, there is one little thing that gets revealed. Over
Why?
here, I don't know if you can see this on. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you can see the. You can see it,
The purple.
I can see it.
the
yeah.
purple thing. Okay,
Yep.
yeah. Right by this altar, without even making a sound, part of the ground has just vanished, and there is now this tunnel, this small little tunnel that it looks like a medium-sized person could fit in.
Is it like going at a steep incline?
Looks like it's a nice little slide in.
A little slide. All right. Shall we?
It's not the first hole I've slid in. Let's go.
Won't be the last.
Give me a moment. I'm gonna pull out a
Hashtag
dagger
mature.
and I'm gonna harvest a couple things from that specter. Pocket it for later.
Yeah, you can collect some. You can collect some of the ash from that creature.
Yep.
Very
Alright.
nice.
Toffin kind of looks over his shoulder at you guys because he didn't see the magic happen himself, but he can kind of feel the presence, and he like ahead of him because his back is turned. He can kind of see the castings of blue hues across the leaves and stuff, and he looks over his shoulder to you guys and he says, "Are you going in there?
That's the job.
I'll wait
You would
for
like
you."
to find your wife, right?
That's probably smart.
I do not think. I think this is where we. I think this is where we separate. I'm not
Try not to
I'm not
fall
a
asleep.
fighter, and whatever's, and he kind of points at the hole. He says, "Whatever's down there is it's louder up here now."
You may want to head back into town. We don't know if something else is going to come out of that ground.
With as soon as you invite him to go back to town, he kind of stands up. He kind of looks around for a second. Like, he's a satyr, he's familiar with forests and stuff, so he's confident that he can get back to town because he was entranced coming out here. But he just books it. So unless you guys stop him, he is getting the fuck out of there.
Don't need civilians risking things.
Do you guys want to head right in? You want to take a short rest, or is there anything you want to do? I know you didn't really take any damage, but some of you guys use
I would-
resources.
I wouldn't mind
Alright.
using a short rest.
Yeah,
Let's
short
use
rest.
short rest.
Okay.
I got to make use of these ashes.
Yeah, I'll play the Song of Rest as we do.
So
Nick,
I-
you might know, how long do those temporary hit points last that I got? It doesn't say in the No Cowards weapon. Thing.
It lasts for a minute, I believe.
Okay. Those are gone now.
So they're gone. Yeah, they're basically like an in combat kind of thing.
Okay.
In the heat of the moment, behind the firearms, you're just like,
Nice.
well, everybody
And-
can take advantage of their short rest stuff if they want, and then we'll proceed when everyone's ready.
I just wanted my action search back.
Yep. My night vision is going to drop. We're pretty sure we're about to go into the den of the beast here, aren't we?
Probably.
It's a very
I have
dark
my
hole.
lantern. I do have my lantern if you need it.
Is it wet?
You keep the lantern, I've got my blade.
It is.
It's always wet.
You can actually hear like a dripping coming from inside.
I got that joke. That was a good one.
Hang on for the chat. I really wish you guys could hear my soundboard. I haven't actually used it that much, but I did just play the Pornhub sound like intro.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
It's because my soundboard stuff doesn't go through Sirenscape. It goes through. I still have to get that application figured out. But it's here for chat at least. It's here for all the stream.
And so are we.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to.
Nobody lost any hit points, right? Or did they?
I think John might have done some to himself.
He took
yeah, he
damage,
hit
but it
himself.
was he
I
he
took about-
bound the creature with melee attacks only. He tried to fear you guys, and that didn't work. And then he got bound again, and then he got crit twice and hit with dissonant whispers. And
I've taken about 10
rapiers and-
HP of self-inflicted damage, so I'm getting that back.
Well, so any dice you use, add 1d6 because I'm playing my Song of Rest, so you get an extra d6 to your hit die that you roll to get your health back.
Yeah, that actually let me max out too without rolling a second hit die, so thank you.
hell yeah!
Teamwork.
Alrighty,
Music's inspiration.
you guys ready?
Yes. Down the tunnel.
Yep.
Slip and slide.
Alrighty. So as you guys sort of descend down into this new revealed pathway, one at a time, you guys slip and slide into this new area here. It doesn't go down very far. It goes down maybe like 15 feet. It levels out pretty quick, and then it's a short walk. You feel maybe like a couple hundred feet until it opens up into this clearing. In the middle of this clearing, this cave kind of opens up a little bit. The ceiling is dripping wet. All of the rain and stuff that's been hammering down above has clearly found its way down here somehow. There's even puddles that have kind of formed. They probably reside here. It's very cool. It's kind of natural to find these kind of things. But the hole ahead of you, on the other hand,
Gaping hole.
yeah, a gaping hole, a gaping wet hole, Mr. Bard.
I'm a fan of the puns. What can I say? I mean, I was waiting until you finished making the references to make my comment. You did it for me, though.
Before I press too much further in, I'm gonna take concoction I made during the short rest that
Press-
had the specter dust in it, and I'm gonna douse down that.
Press too much further in, you say.
What does that even do?
Well, if it's needed, you'll find out.
Fair enough. Well, I can get us down there fairly quick.
How does it smell down here?
Awful.
I'm gonna spray some perfume around.
No, but for
Smells
real,
Smells
no-
like glitter skunk.
glitter skunk. Yeah, it smells like glitter skunk. But for real though, no pun intended. It smells like death and decay here. You have not seen any bodies, but it smells like you guys as hunters have had your fair share of walking in on corpses, making corpses, of, killing them yourselves. Investigating crime scenes with horrific events occurring to people where organs are missing and entrails are all over the place. Blood just coats most surfaces. That smell of like death and iron from the blood is
I don't smell any of it. I smell a nice perfume, probably Versace.
yeah, but you smell the source of it coming from down that pit. With your dark vision, Ivy, as you look down 60 feet, right?
Yeah.
You see it descend down 60 feet. It hasn't opened up yet. It just keeps going down like a very, very unnatural and fractured well.
I'm gonna pull out a torch and light it. And then I'll walk up to the edge. And toss the torch into the well.
So as you toss the torch down, it's hard for you to kind of aim, but obviously down's easy. As it's kind of falling, just it's the aerodynamics of a torch, what have you. As it kind of descends, it sways a little bit. You see it like conk off the side of the rocks, and that echo kind of shoots up. It hits the other side, echoes. It descends about like maybe 100 feet. Everybody make me perception checks as the light just vanishes from sight.
Action. 15.
15?
Natural one.
Natural 1. Okay.
I got a 14.
14.
I'm feeling lucky.
You're feeling like you're gonna re-roll that?
Wow, that was rough. 8.
Oh gosh.
Let's hope that luck changes. Amadeus, as you're looking down the hole, you just see the light fade. It could have slammed into the ground, dust dispersed the flames. Like, it could have been anything. Corbin and Ivy, you guys hear a very distinct splash as this torch has landed and been extinguished by water.
So I was trying to count to see if I can figure out how far down it is.
Oh yeah. Make me well, no, I'll roll with that same perception check. As you were counting, it looks like it goes down about 100 feet before that torch extinguished. So it's a 100-foot drop.
Mathematics check.
Mathematicum.
Don't make me do math. Right.
Do we want to go down, or do we want to look around here first?
Might as well look around first.
Anybody that
I'm gonna
does?
kind of
Good, 'cause
gather
that-
some dirt up off the ground. I'm gonna walk around the edges and start throwing it up in the air and see if I see it. The air blow it in any direction.
Ah, okay. We'll start with that actually really quick. As you do pick up some dirt, it's pretty common with all the water that's in here. There's just like handfuls of like pebbles. It's kind of eroded away from the ceiling, like dirt and debris has dropped down. So you can find stuff to kind of clump and mix up and throw. And as you do, almost unnaturally so, every time that you do, it is blowing away from the hole. The hole, almost like breath, is just pushing air up in waves. Anybody else that wants to investigate the area can make me an investigation check, if you want to try to find something else too.
24.
Ivy, as you kind of poke around the edge of the hole, it's a little difficult to see because everything down here is kind of wet, but you can see beneath. Yeah, you can see beneath the moisture, this moist rim, that there is a layer of redness to the stone, an unnatural redness to the stone.
So not blood.
No, unnatural meaning that it probably is blood.
Oh, okay.
This whole like area around here, there is just stains of blood, and you can see as you like after you identified it the first time, it almost became very easy to identify it in other places. Like 10 feet behind you, there's like this almost like small dried up pool of blood that before maybe was masked by the reflecting of water from the moisture, but
well, I rolled a nat 20 on my investigation, but don't think I'm going to use it. I'm going to while they're looking around, I'm going to sit on the side of the hole and start playing, and then I'm going to say, well, this is a waste of time, and jump.
I will point out one thing with your nat 20, you do actually get something.
Okay.
So as you're walking around, you see inside some of the debris, like there's clumps of rocks, there's some stalactites from the ceiling that have probably like fallen off and have shattered. Behind one of them, though, as you're looking around, what you once thought was like a reflection of like the moisture off of your lanterns or what have you is not actually what it originally seemed. And as you go to take a look, it actually looks like it is a silver stake. There is an inquisitorial mark on the stake. This was from an inquisitor.
I'll take it, right? Can I take it?
Yep.
Okay, I'll take it and I'll show them before I jump.
It's a very, very common trade item to have as a inquisitor. It is just a silver stake, and it has the inquisitorial seal on the back end.
I'll put it in my bag and
And then you jump.
I'm gonna jump, and I'll say this: I'm gonna see how fast I'm falling, and if I'm falling too fast, since I'm playing my Saturn, I will expend a charge of fly on myself to stop myself from hitting the ground if I'm falling too fast.
Got it. Okay. So he kind of pulls out this silver stake. Do you put that away and then just jump?
I'm gonna hold it in my. I mean, it'll be kind of like.
So you're
right
just
here
playing
on
it with okay.
under my arms. Yeah.
So you jump.
showed it to us.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think he said he showed it to you, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Shut it to everybody.
As you take the jump, then you fall the 100 feet. Make me one either athletics or acrobatics check for the accuracy of your jump, because it's a long tunnel, and if you timed it just wrong, you could end up like that torch and slam into a wall.
Or cast fly. And
Or cast
guide
fly
myself
to
down.
avoid such a thing.
All right. So you said athletics or.
Or acrobatics. Yeah.
All right. So I'm sitting at a 17.
So, I mean, you watched the torch go down. You saw the cave, like you saw the walls of this like drop. With just the lightest kickoff, you descend down, and you can feel almost like the wind blowing behind you, as if you're scraping against rocks, but you're not, and it levels out eventually as you plummet down through the center. You think you're gonna hit the water without going too fast, assuming that it's deep enough for a little like pencil dive.
Okay.
you wanna-
Yeah. If I'm not going fast enough, then I'll dive in.
Okay, so you'll take the risk and dive in and hope it's got enough.
You don't know how deep.
It could
the
be a
water
foot
is.
deep. It could be 10 feet deep. If it's a foot deep, your ankles are going to really hurt.
Okay. Well, then I'll cast fly either way, and that way they'll know.
Just to be safe. Okay. You did clear it, though. And as you come out, I'll save the description for when everyone else gets down here. But you do make it down in this next hole. And your partner...
There's a second hole.
Yeah, there's a second hole. It's a bit smellier than the first.
Always tends to be.
Is there a hole down there?
No, there's not another hole down there.
Okay.
But you Inquisitors up top, Amadeus and Ivy, your companion grabbed a silver stake, showed it off a little bit, and then just kind of dropped down, and you did not hear him splash.
Shall we? I've got you.
I'm okay, right?
You're okay.
Are you alive down there? Is it smart for us to jump?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll kind of hover down a little bit and see how deep the water is. Or whatever it is.
The water is about maybe
Wide.
5 to 6 feet deep. You probably would hit your rear end on a pencil dive like through this, but if you did it effectively, you shouldn't take any falling damage.
Well, so why don't both of you jump? And if I see one of you falling too far or falling too fast, I'll levitate you.
Save your spell slots. You need them. I guess we don't have spell slot.
Oh,
Save your magic. Don't worry.
If I'm falling too hard, I'd like you to use your magic.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I just saw something in chat actually. Mistress Shanks said this campaign is a real shocker.
Oh, that's awesome. Well played.
Good fun.
Don't worry. I got this. I'm not gonna
Good.
get wet.
Can
And
you
as we
jump?
step off, I cast Featherfall on us.
Okay. So all of you guys descend down into this hole after your bard. You guys.
While we're
Expecting a
Here
lot
comes-
worse.
have more faith. As we're falling, though, I'm gonna use that sending stone and send a message to headquarters. I don't know, to Seeker Phil, I guess.
Yeah, Philip. Yeah, Philip
no.
is your particular hunter team's seeker. So hunters report to seekers. Seekers sort of delegate missions and tasks to the hunters beneath them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna send him a message using my send. It's once per day, right? Yeah, sending.
Once per day.
So I'll use mine. As we're slowly falling, because Featherfall's slow. We found the stake belonging to another Inquisitor. Were other people sent here before us?
Okay. You might get a message back soon. So all of you guys, as you end up in this new underground area, there is flowing water as opposed to just dripping water. So the water is pooling from the west, kind of flowing through you guys. The pool that you guys avoided, even you guys with Featherfall, you can take yourself to the side. the area kind of right. Let me get my ruler. The area right here, where it sees kind of the most weight, is the area that's about like 5 feet deep. The rest of it just kind of like thins out. It even falls off to the north here into this large pond, like this larger pool of water, which probably goes somewhere else. Couple other points of interest. There's a lot of blood down here. You don't see any bodies, but you do see bones. You guys being inquisitors can sort of tell that these are not human remains. These do look to be remains of other people, perhaps fae folk.
As a note, whenever they come down, they see
Somebody
me
had breakfast with Tiffany.
flying. They had breakfast with Tiffany, yeah. They see me flying, but I'm hovering with, like, it looks like I'm floating on top of the water, but I'm not touching the water, playing my Saturn. And I'll ask, well, what took you so long? Literally puddling the water as we go.
Just enjoying the ride. Thought I'd check in with headquarters. And hear
Alrighty.
back.
Let's see here.
I was just hitching a ride.
Did they have anything good to say?
And no response yet.
On cue. You do get a message back from Philip Ivy. So again, sending spell. It's just internal. It's not spoken aloud or anything. You do get a message back from Philip, and he says, "I am unaware if any other inquisitors were sent there, but I can assure you that I sent none." There are seekers in other countries, and maybe somebody just wound up here. But Philip sent you guys, so let me see
I'll
here.
relay that. We're the only team that was sent by Philip, but could have been anyone.
Alrighty. Let me get one thing up really quick. Let's see. With that die roll, I need... So as you guys are kind of like looking around and trying to figure out what's going on down here, Corbin.
I was going to say, I'm actively not looking around. I'm just laying around while they're working.
Fair enough then. I will re-roll that and we will go with someone else. Because they are definitely going to be going to somebody who's a bit more active. Okay. Ivy. As you guys are kind of poking around and looking, you're kind of scanning your eyes across the exterior of this this cave wall, kind of trying to find other features or maybe pathways. And you see a flicker of light that kind of catches your eye, and you take a second glance back. And when you do, you see two red eyes glaring at you. And in an instant, I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Charisma? So this is not being frightened. Okay. I should be good at that. Oh, yeah, 23.
Ooh.
So you see this flare of red, not of anger, but of like passion or love or these feelings that it was trying to put on you, but you shake off quickly.
What a
I
woman.
don't have time for that.
And in an instant, this creature just hisses at you guys in your presence as
You're not my type, sorry.
this woman, if you want to call her that, steps out, and she just hisses at you guys. Her eyes are beady red. The lights from her eyes are almost illuminating the other features of her face, showing how scarred and disfigured that she does look. She has two very long fangs. Her skin is grayed and pale. And let me just share. Oh, I popped it out, so I have to do this whole thing again, don't I? Oh, roll 20, you beautiful beast sometimes. You see
Thing.
this.
What the fuck is that?
Got the face only a mother could love.
And a mother she does not have. Mama,
Is that...
will you be my mama?
Do
Is
we
that-
recognize what that is?
Not off the bat, but perhaps as combat goes, you might figure it out.
And there's a steak that was brought here.
I will need everybody to roll me initiatives as we fight this Dream Feeder.
Oh. Can't look good all the time.
No,
Let's
you
see.
can't.
Whoop. I gotta throw this up here for a minute. Also, let me catch up on chat while you guys are doing that. All the memes. Holy cow.
You did make a map with a gaping hole and
Hey,
lots of jokes
hey,
about it being
okay,
waist-rimmed,
okay.
alright? Expect them.
But hey, Sockfiller Evening followed you here from Boys Baltic. Hey, how's it going? How has your guys' streams been going? I've actually tried to catch a couple of those. I'm still on your guys' Discord, by the way, too. But yeah, welcome. We are doing a one-shot tonight. Normally we play Feywild tonight, but our GM's out and a couple of the other players are out. They're all at GaryCon, so I decided to take over the helm for 1 week and run a little one-shot for everybody here. So you came in at the right time because boss fight! So, let me get everybody's initiatives. Ivy.
9.
Oh boy.
I roll low.
Amadeus.
17.
17. Corbin.
14. And
14.
I also, I guess, sadly have to note that I am prone right now, so.
You're prone?
He was laying around.
I was laying and floating and flying above the water.
Okay.
In are you prone if you're flying?
That's DM's discretion.
We'll see.
Typically, flying creatures can't be knocked prone.
That is a good point. Good point.
It's just a point I noticed on things. I read too much. It's not wearing
Alrighty.
on me.
So, first up to bat this combat round will be Amadeus again with a 17. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I am pretty far away.
55 feet, yeah.
I honestly probably only hear her scream because I only can see 10 feet around me, plus I think I basically have like 20 feet of space that I can see at the moment with my weapon, with my moon-touched blade.
You guys had the lantern, right?
Yeah, I would have had it on, which is 120 feet,
Okay, so I see her then.
because it doubles my own vision, so.
Thank you for the subscription, Sock Fiddler.
Hey.
I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. Is it difficult trying to get through the water here?
The water there, no. The water there is only like a foot deep. The
25,
pool is pretty much
30.
the mass in the center there.
So I'm gonna move there, and then I'm going to use my action for my revolver to take one of the rounds out of the chamber and put the iron bolt in there. And just in case, I'm going to pop my other thing as a bonus action. I'm gonna down it.
Which thing?
Reconstruction.
Okay.
One of my blood hunt, my
Yeah, your
Eden
blood
Order
hunter ones.
things.
I was going to point out, too, just as a reminder, one of the other items that you guys got was the Inquisitorial tablets. So
Yep.
don't forget those.
I have not.
Wait, what exactly do they do? We gotta look it up.
Well, there's healing ones, but then there's also the Inquisitorial combat
Yeah.
tablet.
Yeah, I only got so many. I have a lot of bonus action
Oh.
usage on my character, so I can only do so many bonus actions a turn.
I know, I got you. I got you. Class one's probably far more important. This one's just a buff. Alrighty, so you moved, you used your bonus. Did you use your action?
Yeah, I had to use the action to take the round out of the revolver and put the other one in.
That is correct. Alrighty,
Basically a
so
reload.
after your turn, it is the Dream Feeder's turn. Very, very upset that it didn't get anyone with its little gaze attempt.
Sorry, I
it
like my
is-
things for living.
She just kind of hisses and she says, "More Inquisitors then!" And she's going to run. She's going to go 15, 30 feet, and she's going to square up with you, Amadeus. She is going to make one claw attack to start. So as she runs with a supernatural speed, mind you, you get the feeling that she moves more than 30 feet. She comes up with a claw to try to get you. And that will be a 20.
Yeah.
So let me get a quick reminder on what this damage was on here. There we go. All right, claw attack. So you are going to take 13 slashing damage. And as a free action, she is going to try to grapple you. I need you to make me an opposed athletics or acrobatics check.
I'm currently immune to grapple because of the potion I drank before. So as she goes to grapple me, it's the one that had the wraith dust in it. It just like raced through it.
Holy cow.
did
Yeah,
come in
so
handy.
as she brings this claw up and just scratches your torso, her nails try to grab into your shoulder blade, but they just bounce off. Supernaturally, of course. To which point she just hisses at you in anger, and she's going to bring a second claw down. 16? I assume misses.
Nope, my buckler is able to bounce that one off.
So yeah, as she tries to go in again, you just buckler her claws away. The sheen from the nails on metal just illuminates both of you for a brief moment before you see her mouth open wide as both of her fangs are ready for a third attack, a bite attack.
Okay.
18.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. You take 11 piercing damage and
Okay.
2 necrotic damage. Then, as she has attacked you 3 times, she is going to run right by you with the help of mobility for another 15 feet and 15 feet for a total of 30, and she's going to base Ivy.
I said you're not my type, darling.
How do you know? You've never tried.
Oh, I've tried plenty.
That is all she will do. Okay. So after her turn, we have Corbin with a 14.
Been trying to plot how I want to make this creature hate me even more. So, what I'm going to do is first, I'm going to start playing my Saturn
Okay.
while I fly up about 10 feet above the water.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, as I'm playing, you're going to see this purple line go straight towards her. And I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern. So she is at disadvantage, about to be charmed.
So it's a disadvantage for your Saturn, but then it's a charm effect.
It is
Okay.
yeah, disadvantage for that. It is a charm effect.
So she has advantage against those, so it will just neutral out to a regular
Straight
roll. And it's a what check again? Charisma?
It is a wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. 16?
16 passes. Barely. That was close.
Anything
So-
else?
Yeah, as my bonus action, since I see that I can't sway her with my oozing machismo, I guess you
She
would
seems
say.
pretty charming herself.
Yeah. So I'll pass Bardic Inspiration over to Ivy. and in my turn.
Okay.
A D6.
After your turn is over, she
D8.
D8, yeah. After your
D8?
turn is over, mind me for one more second here. I'm gonna do this really quick. There we go. I can see the character sheet better this way. Alrighty. Yeah, bear with me. First streamed game, so I got like 10 windows open, and I'm capturing 5 of them. And I'm just like, all right, we'll figure it out. I got 3 monitors. We'll figure it out.
It's
She's
fine.
gonna
I got called out by
spend
Sock anyway.
what, for being a librarian? I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sock, you got a keen eye there. She is gonna spend a legendary action. And she is going to. Nah, she'll spend 2. 2 sounds fun.
Yeah. Why not?
So she kind of like pulls her arms like inward, almost like pressing against like the top of her chest, so almost like push weight on her lungs. And in one very loud screech, she lets out just another just ear-piercing roar. Everybody within 20 feet of her, which I believe is everyone, yeah. Everybody within 20 feet of her needs to make me a strength saving throw.
I'm not, because I'm 15 feet off the ground and 15 feet away from her, so I'm technically 30.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a strength saving throw, because as she screeches, it's not the sound, it's the force behind her win.
Okay.
Ivy?
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Alrighty, so...
I had cocked the first time, so I had to re-roll it.
15.
And then 15? Okay.
Yep.
You both pass. So you both take half damage. It is 16 force damage, so you take half, so 8. And you manage to kind of like stand strong against this gale of wind. Your clothes are just like blown back, in a nice style. Your cape little.
Thank you.
Just your hair blows back, just all nice and sweet. It feels like if you didn't have the proper footing, you probably would have been pushed back though, but otherwise unaffected.
So it would have been fine.
That was her interruption. It is now Ivy's turn.
So, guns at close range, disadvantage?
In melee range, yeah, unless you have the feat, which I don't believe you have that.
No. That's so silly. She's right in front of me. Cool. Oh. Sure. I just say right back at you, love, and I do thunderclap.
So as you right back at you, love, and you kind of manifest your arcane magic and you bring it to a full. Remind me, just
Yeah.
It is a strength save.
I think the con.
Con.
Con save. Okay. Con save of 19.
Alright. I don't think anything happens then, 'cause it's
Still half damage, I think. It's first level spell, right?
no, it's a cantrip.
Oh, that's the cantrip one.
Thunder-
I always
Thunderclap.
think of the other one, yeah. Thunder wave, and then thunder clap
Yeah.
is the cantrip. So you say right back at you, and as you do that, you see her hair just blow in the wind, just as elegantly as
you don't
yours
want to.
did. And yeah, I told you. And she just she runs her tongue around the fang, very suggestively, mind you.
Do I know what she is? Now that I'm like, can I like stare at her?
Without rolling, she very clearly looks like a vampire of some kind. She does not look like a traditional vampire, though, nor do vampires have that, like, the sort of expressive power that she has with her voice. She allures people with song. She blows people away with just the sheer scream. Like, she's something different. Anything else from you, though?
Yeah, I'm gonna take that combat pill.
As a bonus action?
Yeah.
So yeah, as you bring up
Multivariate parts
the inquisitorial tablet, they're basically like these little pills, and there's 2 mixtures, so one on each end. There's like a mixture of herbs and incense, like powder, and then on the other end is holy water. And as you kind of snap them with your hand as a bonus action, it produces this smoke, this like holy incense that you inhale through your nostril. So,
Drug addicts. No, I'm kidding.
yes. So you guys, inquisitorial hunters, you're just sniffing holy smoke. But you do feel invigorated. Your movement speed is increased by 10 feet for 1 minute, and you gain 4 temporary hit points immediately and at the start of every turn.
They don't stack, right?
They do not stack with other temporary hit points now.
No, with their own.
No, you always just get
I
capped up to
didn't think
4.
so. I just want to make sure. Okay.
Anything else? I assume you're not moving.
No.
Okay. Well, good, because she's going to spend her last legendary action. She's going to hit you.
That's fine.
So she brings back her claw and she says, "You're not the first, and you won't be the last." And she just slashes up. Oh, Miss Nat 20s all night. Guess what I just rolled?
You.
Thank you, Rosie Die.
It's fine.
You are going to take 13. Roll pretty bad.
Minus the 4.
Yeah, you're going to take 13 damage, but unlike when she hit Amadeus the first time, she's going to elect to use her supernatural strength to push you 10 feet. So from her claw attack, not only is it powerful and dangerous and sharp, but the force behind her punch actually pushes you 10 feet back, and you actually get pushed into the water. So you are now about chest deep in water, so you are in difficult terrain.
Ugh. It's disgusting.
It isn't the cleanest of water, yeah.
Hate it.
And again, that was her interruption, and that it now brings us back to the top. So Amadeus, it is your turn.
I am going to take the caps myself.
You're going to take your inquisitorial combat?
Yep. You'll also note that a little bit of self-stitching happens on my body as I begin moving forward.
Oh my.
Get over there. And then I'm going to attempt to attack. Take 2 strikes.
Roll them bones. You using your rapier?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's likely a mess. That is a 8.
Yeah, as you kind of bring in your weapon, with her claws and nails, she kind of grinds them against your rapier and just throws it out of the way as your attack
And a
goes
9.
high. And a 9.
Yep.
She again, as you bring in your second one, just as accurately as the first, she with just a backhand, giving you just the back of her claws, just swats your weapon away.
Okay. That's my turn.
Alrighty, it brings us to her turn. Alrighty, she is Angie. She is Angie.
Hi, Dealey. We love you too.
Hello from the world of stream. I hope you guys have a great time at the con.
Pictures of dice.
Alrighty, she is going to try her luck one more time against you. So she's going to swing one claw your way, Amadeus.
Yeah.
17 misses.
Yes.
Second claw.
Buckler.
No, wait, never mind. She doesn't need to hit you. She just needs to attack you. With her supernatural speed and the aid of mobility, of course, even though she missed you, she's going to move herself over to the water.
In the water?
Yep. She's waist deep in the water now. And she's clawing down at you, so second claw is coming your way. 17 again?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
hits. You take 9 slashing damage, and she is going to attempt to grapple you as a free action. So you need to make me an opposed athletics or acrobatics check. I assume in your case, probably acrobatics.
Yeah. Not 20, but 19 plus 9? 8?
19 plus 9?
Plus 8?
28?
No, plus 8, so 27.
Huh. I also rolled a 27.
Rolling? What do we do? Oh, you said...
No, if you meet it.
Yeah, I think if you meet a beat. Yeah, yeah.
Meets it beats it, I thought.
Yeah.
On the defensive side.
Yeah, so I'm not.
I will give it to you. Yeah, she has to beat you. So
Yes.
she tries again to grab you and fails. And she, at this point, is frustrated because normally she grabs people by this point. She is going to, again, rear her head back, exposing her fangs. She's going to bring a bite to attack down on you as her third.
Consent is key, darling. If I wanted to be grappled, I would be.
She just kind of, as she brings her head back, well, she'll bite you first.
Fair.
14, probably not?
No.
Okay. So she misses as, you know, the water's splashing around and everything's going on. With your quip, she kind of quips back at you and she says, "You'll end up on the ceiling just like the last one."
I look up.
In the stalactites, there are staked bodies. About
I wish I did look up.
50 people.
50?
More than just Fae. These are human.
Fuck. Shit. What the fuck are you doing down here?
Sometimes those drippings from the ceiling that you thought were water may not have been water. She is done. Corbin, there's some stuff going on below you.
Yeah, there is. Still playing my Saturn the whole time. I'm going to yell to her and say, "Hey," and wait till she looks at me and make eye contact.
Sure. Her head
I have a
rears
question
up.
for you.
She hisses.
Why do vampires usually pull out during sex? Because they can't come inside without an invitation. And I'm gonna cast Tasha's.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Mature audiences, everybody. Also, just for the chat. All right.
So it's a DC of 16.
And that's a wisdom.
Wisdom, yeah.
Can I get lucky 2 times in a row? No, I cannot. 14, I think, fails.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Okay, so Tasha's, you fall to the ground having a fit of laughter. You unable to stand up, incapacitated, thrown, or prone. Basically, you are a target dummy.
Yeah, and then you get to make saving throws at the end of their turns, or if they take damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
she's never heard that joke before. She's not from around here. That's a funny fucking joke. So she just starts laughing. She's cackling. She falls over. She's waist and deep already. So she's almost like thrashing her body in the water, just laughing. So there's just splashes of water going everywhere. Is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I will. I'll say, please take care of the rest of her, and I'll cast Bardic on Amadeus.
Bardic Inspiration. Nice. Alrighty. I'm gonna assume that means she cannot use her legendary action, so it will go to the next player. Ivy.
It says she must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as speed allows away from him.
From Tasha's? I don't think Tasha's. You're looking at yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just linked it just in case.
Thank you.
So Ivy, it is your turn. Technically, she's prone.
And incapacitated, which means that basically whatever you do hits.
Yeah. 5e conditions. Let me get all those up really quick.
She's prone.
Yeah, incapacitated, can't attack or take reactions, and she's prone.
Which means ranged attacks would be at disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I do is ranged attacks. Well.
But you can move away without provoking
Yeah.
opportunity, so.
That is also true.
Really nice. So I'm going back away.
So it's difficult terrain until you get
terrain.
out of the water because you're sort of just like sloshing through this like chest high water.
15. So what is it? 5, 10.
Yep. And then
15.
that'll be 15, 20 to get out. So you got 10 left.
5, 30.
And
Well,
then
I have
actually
another
you
10
got
from-
you have another 10 because you have your Inquisitor tablet.
I'm fine there.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna send out a delayed chromatic orb so that if I'm gonna put it in the area of the water so that if Corbin does get up there, it won't hit him.
Okay.
I am still.
It starts on my next turn. It goes off.
Yeah.
You
I'm
mean
still 15
Amadeus?
feet above it.
Yeah, Amadeus, sorry.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
both of you.
I got you.
It's 10 foot.
We're just clarifying. Alrighty. If that is your turn then it is Amadeus.
Yeah.
Is it a bonus action or an action to coat my weapon?
Because it is in the vials, it is unfortunately an action to coat. But it remains coated for a minute.
I will take an action. I'll use a bonus action to force her to make a strength saving throw. As I'm going to cut myself.
Uh, 23.
Now, because she's incapacitated, can she make a save?
I believe saving throws still because incapacitated just means they can't take actions or reactions. A saving throw it would still be prompted, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Vanilla Gorilla says invent squeezable bottles, problem solved.
True.
Well, then I'll take my action to pour the oil on the thing. And I'm going to move to prepare to strike, but I had to use my action to get the oil on the blade,
Yep.
so.
Yeah, as you kind of pop the cork and run the vial up the blade, the oil kind of comes off of it, and as it contacts the steel of your weapon, it sizzles for it sizzles for a moment, and then solidifies with this very, very blue-colored sheen to it. So your weapon is now considered cold iron. So Fey,
And
Fey oil.
the red
Fey vein.
flames turn into blue flames.
Can I retcon and say I use my bonus action to take a potion?
Yeah, sure. So much like the inquisitorial tablet, your healing potions are the same type. So you just kind of bring one out from your little satchel, crack it, and then just inhale the holy incense to revitalize your body.
So unladylike.
Hey, man. Alrighty, it is her turn. She can't do anything until the end of her turn, where she gets to make no saving throw. Okay. 19 plus wisdom.
Oh wow.
It's a wisdom save. So
Yeah,
I mean,
it's wisdom.
yeah, it's a 26. I rolled a lot better that time. So she snaps out of it, but she's done.
It is the end of her turn, right?
That is the end of her turn.
So she's still prone.
She is still prone. For now. Corbin. Your target has escaped your laughing fits, and she seems very pissed that you made her laugh.
Yeah, just in time for while I'm still playing my Saturn to cast Phantasmal.
Killer.
Yeah, Phantasmal Killer.
Remind me what saving throw that is, please.
Wisdom also.
Okay. I'm feeling somewhat confident.
I just linked it.
19. Ooh. 12 plus
Okay.
7.
Is that disadvantage?
Oh, is it disadvantage?
It's disadvantage. Yeah.
Oh, because of your thing.
Yep, because I'm playing.
13, so 20. So 19 with the disadvantage.
Yes, it's a 16, so you pass.
Oh. So you manifest the magic. You try to affect this creature, but it shakes it off. It's so infuriated that you got through it with the last spell that she just kind of again looks up at you and just hisses. Her eyes flare red. Like you're the only one that she really cares about at the moment.
Yeah. Movement. I'm gonna fly. How high's the ceiling?
The ceilings in here are about like 60 feet.
So I'm gonna go up to about 45 feet.
Okay.
So that's 30 feet up, and then I will use my bonus to give myself Bardic Inspiration.
Okay. After Corbin's turn, she is going to spend... Yeah, she's going to spend 2 legendary actions again, and she's going to do her Piercing Screech. It's only going to affect you, Amadeus. So I need you to make me a strength saving throw. So as she kind of... her head just kind of comes out of the water for just a moment, and just a sheer rage, she just screams, and you see this just eruption of force, just again, boom out of her mouth.
Strength save?
It is a strength saving throw, yeah.
13.
A 13 will fail, so you'll take the full 14, 19 damage of force.
Ouch.
And then she is also going to, from the force, you get pushed back 10 feet and are knocked prone. That is her interruption, and that was after Corbin, so Ivy.
So at the start of my turn, she needs to make a dex saving throw.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw. Oh boy. 14?
No. So 19, and I'm gonna pick fire.
Foya.
Yeah, I get to choose chromatic.
So yeah, as your chromatic orb erupts and fire just sort of engulfs her in the area, how much damage?
19 fire
19
damage. And that was just the start of my turn.
Yeah, that was your reaction to let the spell go, but now your turn's back and you're ready to go. So,
Bullet.
she did not seem to take well to that fire. As you sort of engulf what's exposed from the water, you can see she just like recoils in pain, and you can almost see her skin. You thought maybe it was just the water smoking, as her skin just smokes, as if like that fire did a little bit extra damage to her.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm just gonna bullet.
Bullet. It's time to shoot. Technically, she's still prone.
I thought she got up to do her thing against him.
She didn't have to get up. She just blew out of her mouth.
You just screamed.
Yeah, she just screamed from the water.
She said, "Get away from me!"
She attacks better from her back.
I guess it's at disadvantage then.
I'm gonna play a bard from now on.
You should. Very good at it.
Thank you.
First attack is a 21.
Hits.
Hit. Second attack, both were an 18 and 19 on the die.
Damn. Alrighty.
And third attack,
She pissed.
third attack will be 9 plus 9, 18.
18 will hit. So all 3 attacks hit as you just one after the other. You can the smoking body that she's letting off gives you just the perfect target the whole time, even if she's in the water. Your bullets kind of skim the surface in the water, and you can see them impact as she just again recoils from all 3 shots.
24.
And are these the cold iron bullets?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
24. That was 3 of them.
Oh.
No. I would have put them in one gun, so it was 2 of them.
Yeah, cold iron, not cold iron, cold iron.
Action surge, I'm doing it again. Fuck this bitch. Dropping all my dice.
Drop all your dice like fat beats. Oh.
22.
22.
And then I don't think this one hits. 15?
No.
And I don't get an bonus action, so just one more. 9.
9.
9?
Okay. So yeah, you try to fire off 3 more shots, not nearly as successful as your first set.
2 more.
Oh yeah, 2 more. Sorry.
It's a bonus action.
Anything else from you?
Yeah, I'm getting further away because I hate this bee.
I hate this
I can't-
beach.
I have a lot of range.
Okay.
Back up this corner. No, wait, that's like closer to her, isn't it? Is this down a hill?
Yeah, so the upper level, it's about a 20-foot drop. There is like a slant, like a natural just decline there that goes to the lower level on both ends.
I'm just gonna stand there behind her. Okay.
Alrighty. Anything else?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
I wish I could.
Amadeus.
The Amadeus is kind of like twisted in a weird, unnatural way, and he kind of like bones begin to like pop back in place as he like stands back up, almost zombie-like, and begins shuffling his way towards her. And as he does, he's gonna take one of the health capsules as a bonus action and pop that.
Okay.
If you need more health, you can. I gave you Bardic, so you can actually use the Bardic to roll that dice and add to your health.
I unfortunately used that to try to save the punch to the face.
Okay.
Oh,
That was
wow.
the last one.
That was a 13 with the Bardic die?
Yeah, because I rolled a 1 on the Bardic die.
That happens.
Yeah, it
At
does.
least the potions are full. Max
Yeah.
healing.
Yeah, so you crunch your tablet and inhale that holy incense, and it revitalizes your body for however many hit points.
And as I approach her, because I'm still within plenty of range,
Yep. She didn't get
I'm
you.
gonna start trying to melee shank her.
She's prone. You got advantage.
So the first one is 22 to hit,
22 hits.
and the second one was a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
All right, so we've got. Do I get anything with the additional holy or the oil?
No, it negates
just
any
for you to
damage.
know.
Yeah, it negates any damage reduction that she has, but also vampires are notorious for having fast healing.
Yeah.
It does stop her from fast healing if she was hit by a cold iron attack than the previous round.
So
She's still
that
singed.
is- Gotcha. So that is 12 points of piercing damage from the weapon,
Okay. Minus
with
12.
4 additional points of fire damage.
Okay. Fire hurts.
And then another 11 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
with another 3 points of fire damage.
Okay. Fire Hody. She's just thrashing in this water, trying to find your blades to deflect them, but she just can't. So not nearly as skillful as she was when she was standing. Things seem to be amiss now that she's on her back.
Okay,
But
Yeah.
that's my turn.
Alrighty. After your turn, she is going to use her last point to try to hit you once with a claw.
Disadvantage because she's on the ground.
Yeah. And let's go ahead and see if she now wins, because she rolled a 4, so that's going to miss. She does not critically miss, but she does miss. And then now it is her turn. So she's going to spend half her movement to stand up. She is fucking pissed. She is going to use a bonus action to enter a bloodthirst. Her eyes glow even brighter red, almost like torchlight now, as if they're fire themselves. But not. She didn't like fire. The veins like in her face and in her neck and in her arms, like everywhere her skin's exposed, you see this like blue line just sort of carve its way through all of her veins as they enlarge slightly. It seems that her muscles, maybe she's got a little more oomph to her strikes now. She's gonna spend her first attack to try to hit you. 19.
That just hits.
You take 11 slashing damage, and then she's gonna try to grapple you. Is your thing still up?
Yeah.
Okay. So, frustrated and not understanding why she cannot grapple you, she's gonna claw you again. 22, so I assume that hits.
Yep.
13 damage. With
Okay.
that one, she's going to push you back 10 feet. And she spent half her movement to stand up, so she's only got how much left? 10, 25, 30, 40 exact. Wow.
How can I want to be near me soon?
What a charm. She is going to forego the bite attack, and she's going to use a third claw. 19.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I can roll. Not damage on that one, though. 10 damage. And she's going to attempt to grapple you again, because she knows she almost got you. I got a 22.
17 plus 8.
So claw comes up. She kind of scrapes across. She kind of scrapes across your arm and kind of catches you in the armpit as her nails just sort of sink in. So she has you grappled. But that will be the end of her.
No. It was 17 plus 17 plus.
Oh,
8.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel
I
like
thought
doing
you
the
said
math.
17 total. My apologies.
No, 17 plus 8.
So she goes up your armpit, and then the only thing that she really does is kind of scratch your clothes. So you're exposing a little bit more shoulder now, Miss Gunslinger.
It's inappropriate.
Corbin.
Scratches below in the back.
Thank you for the hydration check, by the way, Mr. Shanks. I appreciate
Oh, yes, thank you.
Okay.
I need a drink.
I'm out of drinks. I wish I had some more.
that.
left.
So,
You can go get one. Also, I do want to ask before we go any further, how is everybody on their time? I know we started the game late.
I'm great.
Doing okay at the moment.
Okay.
It's getting
We're-
towards the later end for me, but I'm doing okay.
Okay. I don't think she's going to make it to that point. You guys have thrashed her for 3 rounds.
Yeah. Okay,
Damn.
so, bear with me. Tell me how you feel like this will work.
Okay.
So, I want to take the stake with my object interaction, and I want to lob it up in the air towards where she is.
Okay.
I want to use my bonus action to Misty Step about 20 feet away from her on the bank of the water, and then I want to use my attack to Eldritch Blast the stake, hitting her with the stake and my 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Ooh, flavorful.
I always DM by the rule of cool. So that sounds like a performance out of hell. So the bonus action gets you the positioning as an object interaction. So once during your movement, you can throw the stake. So those are accomplished. As your action, you do get the Eldritch Blasts. As you do all that, end where you want to end, and then make me 1 performance check.
You do know you just asked a bard to do a performance check, right?
Hey, yeah. You do know the guy who is a bard is doing. Oh no.
Oh no, that's a nat 20.
Oh, nice.
So it's a 30.
Wow. So
Give him advantage. Give him advantage.
yeah, so as you flick this, the shine from the silver stake just kind of soars through the air, and then you kind of watch it go. You see her eye catches the glint because she recognizes silver, and then you fade away into behind, and then you've got your Eldritch Blast at the ready, and you just thrust the first one through. Make an attack roll, and
And I have my bardic too, just in case.
yeah, make me the attack roll.
I got another nat 20.
I don't think I have that air horn. Oh yeah, I do.
Shit, so two beams, I get one more beams. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you do the normal damage of your Eldritch Blast, so and critical, obviously. So go ahead and roll me the damage. What's the damage on that?
Oh, that beautiful beam footage.
So that is an 8 on the first one.
Okay, so 8 damage. So as your Eldritch Blast hits this stake, the magic sort of like envelops around it and kind of curls the stake into a projectile with your attack.
16, sorry, it's crit, my fault.
16,
Times two,
so
right?
16 for the crit. And as it kind of slams into her torso, it kind of goes like in through her rib cage and like into her chest, and you can see the seal of the Inquisition just right there on the back end of that stake. That's almost sunk completely into her, and she just screeches in pain, both from the attack but also the silver. And she takes more damage from the silver. Do you have 2 Eldritch Blasts at this level? So
Yeah, I have one more.
yeah, let your second one go then.
Rip.
Okay, so that is a 14 right now, but I'm gonna use my bardic, and that'll make that into a 20.
Nice. Alrighty, so that hits as well, so go and roll damage.
That one actually is an 8.
Okay. Hell of a round from the Bard. Misty stepping, where roughly, how high are you still elevated?
I would be about 10 feet, I think, is where I would end up.
Okay. She did not fucking like that. After... She's gonna make another. She's gonna spend 1 legendary action and make a claw attack against you. And since you are grappled, she will have advantage.
No, I'm not grappled.
You're not grappled. God dang it! Sorry.
She missed the grapple.
She cut my clothes.
She cut your clothes. Also, welcome Crimson. How's it going?
Happy birthday, Crimson.
It's your birthday.
Crimson.
Oh, hey, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Hang on, this one's for you, Crimson. Happy birthday. You guys didn't hear it, but I did the anime wow.
Wow.
So she doesn't have advantage, but she's still got a 16. Does that hit you?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, you take 12 slashing damage from that.
Me?
And then that was interrupting your turn, actually, so it is your turn. You were
Great.
not grappled. I almost said you were.
I know. So... I feel like if I do this, I'm gonna hit one of either me or Corden. 25-foot square. I'm gonna hit either one of us, right? No?
No.
No, 25-foot square. You would place that. You could place that like this way going up, so you'd just get her in it, just at the corner.
Perfect. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my last spell, my last spell slot, and cast Flame Wave. And I need a dex save from her.
I don't like that. Dex save. 13.
Hey, yo. She takes.
Oh.
That's a good roll.
18 fire damage.
Oh, 36k.
And the fire, it's on fire now, that area. As long as she's staying there, she's gonna take the fire damage.
Wow. Alrighty. She is not happy. Okay. Is she on fire, or is it just fire in the area? Because she failed to save. Does she catch fire?
You hurl a ball of flame that bursts when it hits the ground. You can hit a 20-foot square on the target area. Anyone within the square. It doesn't say. It's from the.
Okay, I'm just gonna
That's
assume that
your
the
book.
ground is on fire for now.
Yeah, I think
It stays on fire.
Yeah, and it
I
just
don't
does
think so.
fire damage if you pass through it.
If you pass for it or start your turn.
Yeah, or start. Yeah.
So let's just let some flames happen.
'Kay.
Fine.
Okay.
A little bit of fire.
She don't like you.
I don't care.
So what else you doing? That was your action, right?
Yeah.
I don't like having half my hit points.
I do.
I'll just second wind.
Okay. Second wind is a bonus. And then I'm assuming you're going to stand your ground and not try to run away?
No. Fuck no.
Okay. Just checking.
I don't
So
want
go and
that.
roll your second wind. I'm going to go ahead and spend a point and interrupt. And she's going to make a claw
Yeah.
attack with a legendary action. So she takes another swipe at you. 16.
Yeah. Beats it. Oh, I'm surprised.
You take 9 slashing damage.
There's my temp.
That was the interrupt. Amadeus, it is your turn.
Yeah. I am going to free action drop the rapier.
Okay.
I'm going to move up 5 feet. I'm going to pull out my pistol and run it across all the blood smeared on me. And the pistol is going to engulf in flames. I'm going to level the round. I'm going to take a shot at her.
Nice.
And I'm going to roll luck. I think that's still a miss.
We had inspiration, by the way. I saw it was marked on my character.
You have
sheet.
inspiration, yeah.
Good to know.
13.
Doesn't hit, no.
Second shot.
So
Less
you're-
than that.
Yeah, so your first shot goes fire, and you do have inspiration if you want to try.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, that's actually my fault. In the heat of everything, in my games, I always give everybody inspiration to start because you showed up for the game, and that's enough.
He looks happy.
In that case, 17.
Hits. Meets it on the dot.
Yikes.
Very precise with that shot, sir.
Yeah.
Well, my character's like partially bleeding out right now. He's pretty, he's taking some lickings.
I mean, she wants to get some lickings over there. That's some tasty blood.
So, this would be the cold bullet. So that's 4, 5, 6, 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay. And that's the cold iron bullet you said?
Yeah.
Yep.
1 point of fire damage.
Okay. Still doubles.
And then second shot is a 12.
So 12 misses.
And then I'm going to move my 40 feet.
Fire line is right
got
here.
35.
So.
Oh, I can...
Oh, you're moving away. He's moving away.
Yeah, I'm moving over to here for now.
Thanks.
Yeah, pretty much this whole area over here. Let's get rid of that one. Because obviously the water's probably not on fire.
I was really going for dropping her, but
Alrighty, she's gonna spend her last legendary action. She's gonna make one more claw attack at you, Ivy.
Doesn't she start her turn in fire?
yeah, but she's in legendary action.
I think legendary actions.
She will in a second after this claw attack.
Okay, okay.
I'll probably rule for the time being that no, it doesn't count as starting her turn because she's just interrupting and getting a. She's still gonna take it though, and wow, 13.
No.
Okay, she misses that one. All right, it is her turn now.
Takes 4 fires to double 8.
Okay.
You knew what spells I took.
I know.
Plus,
I didn't tell you what you were fighting though, so you could just happen to take spells. She's gonna make. Okay, she's gonna try to claw you.
oh fuck.
So she's gonna hiss. She brings back her claw again. 14 probably misses.
No.
And I cannot roll tonight. All right, second swing.
Hey man, I missed you
19.
more
Hey,
than
I just
half
had to
my
bitch
shots.
about. I just had to bitch my dice. So 19.
Yeah.
Okay. You take 11 slashing and then opposed athletics acrobatics. God. 16.
16. I rolled an 8 on the die.
Man, the thing I thought she'd be really good at, she just sucks. She does not grapple you. She is going to use her third attack to try to claw you one more time.
Yep.
So 16 to hit,
Yep.
13 slashing damage.
I'm looking real bad.
All right, and with that, she is going to, instead of trying to grapple you, because apparently she cannot, she is going to use her claw to push you 10 feet.
That's fine.
And then she is going to run the fuck out of the fire. So she kind of whips her head around. She smells the scent of blood coming out of Amadeus. She hasn't done too much to that, but she smells it. And she is going to book it. So 40, 60 feet all the way across, and she's going to base you. But
Does she take an opportunity with me 10 feet off the ground?
No, she would avoid you if you were that close. Sorry, I didn't. She's got 80 movement feet. She would have moved around.
Yeah. Jeez.
Bitch can run.
Yep.
Bitch can die.
Racial ability, vampire, mobility. It's quite nice. But yeah, she ends her turn there. Corbin.
Okay. So I'm going to. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I'm going to use my movement. Actually, can I use an object interaction to toss one of the capsules over?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd allow
Okay,
that.
so I haven't used any of mine, so I'll toss my biggest capsule back over to Ivy.
Thanks.
Okay. So that'd be a moderate, so 20. Obviously, you can't drink it yet, but
Yeah.
Inhale it.
oh,
Yeah.
inhale it. Yeah, sorry, I'm talking potions.
So as far as my action, I'm going to move to the other side of the water, and while playing my Saturn, cast Shatter at the 4th level
Ooh, okay.
on this side. So
Yeah, so it
she-
only gets her.
Yeah. And that is
Shatters.
It's a save.
It's a save. I know it is.
It's a Constitution. I'm pretty sure. I gotta look it up.
I think it is. I'm gonna go ahead and roll a die at least.
Yeah, I know it's a 17.
So it's a con save.
Yep.
Got a 9.
You got a 9.
Yeah. 999.
So 4d8 thunder.
The thunder. Oh, hold on. I got just the one for that one. Holy cow. Yeah, as you cast your spell, right? That was really delayed for some reason. That's all right. I think it's because I have 30 applications up right now.
Maybe.
48 damage is
17.
okay. She's looking
Not
pretty
as good as it
rough.
could have been.
She still has that stake in her too, by the way. It's still in her chest. It's just burning. Like you see smoke just as it's burning the flesh, and probably some of her innards as well. Amadeus, you're so close. It smells like innards. Anything else,
And I
Corbin?
still have my bonus, right?
Partially mine.
Yeah, partially mine. Yeah, because you object interactions for the tablet actions shatter. So yeah, you got your bonus still.
Okay. Bardic to Amadeus.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, she's not looking too good. Ivy, it's your turn. I mean, neither of you, I guess, but
Hydration.
hydration check. Thank you.
And anything to drink?
Yeah, we're already almost an hour over what I thought. So
That's okay.
Because of the epic explanations of all the attacks, it's been
Alright.
pretty creative.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a potion real quick, bonus action.
okay. Yeah. So crack a tablet and you drug addict.
Yeah. I'm gonna step up.
Nothing like that nasally burn.
65 is still within range, right?
Yes,
65. Okay.
because you're
Pew, pew.
8120.
Pew pew pew. Plus 9 to hit.
Okay.
17.
17 hits on the dot. So first one connects.
20 and not natural, and a 19. Hits.
So pop and then pop pop.
Um. 22.
Okay. So as you shoot her these 3 times, and it kind of goes like through, because obviously you're shooting at her back. So Amadeus, you just see these blood splatters just come out from her. At that third one, she somehow enrages more, right? And she's just looking at you, and she just hisses. She tries to attack you, but you can tell something's off about her. As bosses get finished, we're going to take a little bit of a quick tour here. Amadeus, she tries to assault you recklessly. Like, her arms are just flailing. She can't really seem to land an attack. You deflect once or twice. What would you like to do to her? So, finishing blows. No rolls.
Oh.
For all of us or for?
Yeah.
Okay.
How would you like to participate in this killing of her?
Well, I think on Amadeus' side, he's like getting attacked by her. The bolts are going through. He's probably going to drop his pistol, grab his scimitar, and drag it. And as he drags it out, run it across his arm. It's going to erupt in flames, and he's going to take a flaming strike right across her.
Nice.
And he's just going to say, baited.
Baited, and just flaming scimitar just up. It
Love
cuts,
that.
like literally it cuts through her waist, like under her ribs. You hear and actually even feel your blade connect with the silver stake, and you can just see sparks even beyond your own sword just erupt from the silver and steel clashing. And then you just leave through the top of her chest. She wails in pain. She takes a couple of stumbled steps back, trying to keep her arm from falling off. As she kind of turns her attention in this just bloodthirst, she tries to go for the next target that's closest to her, which is going to be you, Corbin. So as this creature is weakening, she tries to come at you. She screeches and sends another like wave of force your way. But what would you like to do?
Seeing as I haven't taken any damage at all, or been
Fly,
hit
man.
at all, he's going to kind of take a little drop of blood that came from the ceiling off and just knock it off his coat, and look at her and say, "She said she wasn't your type." And then he's going to Eldritch Blast with a stake to drive it farther inside of her chest.
Yeah, so as you send your first Eldritch Blast, you kind of like, you hear the ting as that magical energy just slams into the stake, and you just see it vanish as it goes fully into her body, and you can see the sheen of just a little bit of the point come out her like hip. But you hear a couple more ribs pop. You can see this blood just kind of splatters, and like this ichor just from this silver burning her innards just kind of leaks out from the nose of this. She's not even conscious enough to reply to your quip. And she's just stumbling towards Ivy. Take us home.
Ivy's like pissed. She's hurt. Her clothes are ruined. She's upset. I'm gonna flavor this a little since it's the last shot anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
I use blood lightning, a blood lightning bullet, but I'm gonna use
Ooh.
flexible preparation, change it to fire instead of lightning damage. So first, bonus action, one cold touch bullet.
Yep.
Second action, blood bullet, fire. She's just gonna pop her, same gun. She's not even like trying. She's so pissed. She goes once for the gut with the
first bullet. The second one, she just sends straight through her throat.
So you just start unloading as this lightning turned fire just kind of erupts from the muzzle of your pistol, and it just slams into her gut, just like you said, and the fire just sort of erupts and burns up. Her head kind of rears back as she kind of screams one last time, and then nothing as the last bullet just goes through her windpipe and out the back. She flops, kind of like gurgles just a little bit, and then falls slumping to her side.
And she's humanoid, right?
She is humanoid.
As she falls down, I'll use my reaction to steal her shadow.
Nice.
Soul mine.
It's all mine.
So creepy.
I would say that you would need to stake her. But you did manage to find the one above and stake her. So her fast healing with that, as Inquisitors, you guys know that she's not dead, but with that stake in her, it stops her body from naturally awakening. So if the only last step that you really have to do is just behead her, and she will be gone.
Yeah, I'll start shambling my way over there.
Yeah, I don't go to weapons.
You'll also note that as I'm shambling my way, all my like popped bones and like see like some broken stuff that's like popping back in place and like locking in, and
Wish I could do that.
body's like reconstructing to some degrees.
Not that I care, but does she look like the guy's wife?
She does not.
I just look at the ceiling. Are we gonna?
Does anybody want to take the honors?
Oh, decapitation's all yours, darling.
Scimitar.
Lightning blade.
Oh,
right in the
lightning
red.
blade even too. Nice touch. Alrighty, well, I think he's back here. You have dealt with the menace that has been taking all of these Feyborn refugees that have kind of looking for a new life in the mortal realm. Unfortunately, as you guys investigate the cave, you come to find that they did not have a great life. Most of them ended up on the ceiling, missing organs. Inside the cavern, as you kind of finish out the exploration of it, you find jars of harvested like fey organs, dozens, among like fingertips and other like teeth and other like small things used in cultic like magics. It looks like she was collecting a lot of this stuff. She showed no spellcasting capabilities of her own, but she was aware of what she was collecting.
I mean,
We'll definitely need to report this.
So yes, so there's
Yes.
certainly some other activity going on here, but whatever was going on with her seems to be.
I'm gonna break my other capsule as well to kind of reinvigorate myself a little bit.
Yeah, just kind of. Oh, you feel the warmth go through your nose, down your throat, and then it kind of like swells in your chest, and you feel a little bit more invigorated. I know we ran about an hour over what I thought. You guys have anything else you want to do before we close out the session here?
I think we would take the information, share it with, pass on to the cleaning crew essentially of the Inquisition.
So yeah, your seeker will send some people to handle.
I don't know about all you, but I think we all deserve a drink.
oh.
Well, you know,
Feywild never close.
you know a very, very excited troll back at Cedar Way Pub who would love to have a few drinks with you. And
Let's make a bet with him. Whoever outdrinks him, whoever drinks the most, gets the free beer.
yeah,
Never
whoever
met a
drinks
bard.
whoever drinks the least has to pay the tab.
See how that goes.
Alrighty, I think that's a good place to call then. So, thank you guys. I know we went an hour over. Hopefully, this was entertaining. I kind of sprung this on the players even, so we kind of put this together in a couple of days. So thank you guys for
It's
bringing the
great.
characters. I really love the characters. Very clearly, you guys were an excellent pairing or a triad for this
Jeez.
for this Inquisition team. So very well-rounded. That Wraith,
perfect.
holy shit.
He got
Destroyed.
I got one turn.
I know, but you got Dissonant Whispers out. You got Dissonant Whispers out on him, and you freaking stopped.
More than one turn with this bitch.
So yeah, hopefully everybody enjoyed their classes. I think it was fun. Thank you guys for playing. I appreciate it, especially on such short notice. But yeah. And also thank you for chat and everybody hanging out with us all night and all the puns and support. It was
Yes,
very fun
thank
to have you
you.
guys. If you're already familiar, I think just about everybody here is already familiar with my stream. But if you're not, I stream every Mondays, Procrastination. We do like D&D talks, map making, monster making. Next week we're going to do world building. So we're going to talk about home brewing from scratch and some of the stuff that I do. Inquisition Unsolved Cases is one of those avenues for one of my creative avenues that I kind of sink time into. So this will not be a one-time one-shot. I've been looking to get this off the ground for a little bit. Maybe once a month we'll have another case, and I'll invite new players, so there will always be a revolving door of hunters in the Inquisition. So I'll have more details on that. So if you're on the Discord, it'll be there. But yeah, thank you guys again for playing. John, and then Britt, thank you guys. It was a ton of fun having you. And I think we will find somebody to raid. So I got to figure out which one of these 50 windows is my stream window. Here it is. Alrighty, there we go. Twitch. Is anybody we know raiding?
Oh, and I know.
Let's see. Let's take a gander on D&D. Let's see if we can find somebody. It doesn't have
The only person I see is Dork Tales.
Dork Tales?
Nope, it's a rerun. Never mind.
Okay. Let's search Dungeons and Dragons category. Let's see who's got low viewers. On Raging Tides, episode 10. That looks kind of fun. Yeah, let's send them over this way. Tuki guess. All right, so let's go check out this new stream. Raid channel. Tuki guess. Playing Dungeons and Dragons. It looks like they've got. Maybe they're doing some sort of seafaring adventure here. But yeah, we'll send the raid their way. But yeah, again, last shout out. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you for joining and enjoying the puns and joining in on this little one-shot adventure. We'll have more, I'm sure, in the future, and I'll see you next time on Procrastination or Plunging into the Void when that comes out. Spring, really soon. So, have a good night, everybody.
Well, that was so much fun.
That was a blast.
Yeah, that was great.
Alrighty.
Yay.
Wow, I was very unsure if I was going to survive that fight that whole time.
The Bard in the
How
Sky,
low did
though,
you-
I think he was
How
set.
low did you get, John?
I was at 12 at one point.